Fox Sports Radio 1460, KBO, Las Vegas. Las Vegas 51's baseball is on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51's baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Golden Nugget, Cox Communications, Anderson Dairy, and Pepsi. Now to the stadium with the voice of the 51's, Russ Langer.
It's another great night for baseball at Cashman Field in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, it is. And the Las Vegas 51s, the top farm club of the LA Dodgers, are meeting up tonight for Game 2 of their series with the Salt Lake Bees. They're the top farm team of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And the series began last night. This 4-game series started off 51's back off a very bad road trip, where they lost 7 of 8 on that trip that swung through Albuquerque and Round Rock, Texas. And they came back last night with a badly needed victory to get back on the winning track, winning 8-5. And the 51s have played great ball here at home. They've won 19 of 25 games. And they were back on the beam last night, as they did manage to get 12 hits against 3 different Salt Lake pitchers. The crowd of over 8,000 got its money's worth and more. The Las Vegas 51's got good pitching from starter DJ Holton, who, by the way, we're going to talk with in a moment for our pregame show, and reliever Greg Miller, reliever Giovanni Carrera, and then a guy named Eric Gagne, who's down from the LA Dodgers on rehab. He pitched a perfect 9th inning, striking out 2 of 3. He threw 17 pitches, 11 for strikes, and looked like the old Gagne. He will pitch again on Monday. Monday is a day game because it's Memorial Day, a 12:05 game, as is tomorrow's game, 12:05. Gagne will pitch the 9th inning on Monday. So the 51's got the win. DJ Holton pitched 6 innings and got the victory. And DJ Holton, a native of Yorba Linda, California, in Orange County, will be our guest in the pregame show. That conversation coming up right after this.
The bond between food and Pepsi is a storied tradition. It is a bond of respect and admiration.
I just know that when I come out of the piping hot oven covered in cheese and pepperoni, I'm a little disoriented. But then I see that beautiful blue and red and white eye gazing at me. I know I'm not alone.
A bond that says where there's a pizza and a Pepsi, things are going to be okay.
And that's when I knew who I was. I'm a pizza. And proud of it. You know, it's because of... Oh, thank you, Pepsi. It really, it meant a lot.
It's a bond of... Well, you say it, Mr. Pizza.
Love. I love you, Pepsi. I'm a pizza, and I love Pepsi. There, I said it.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at ProvidenceLV.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
He got sideswiped by a big truck.
David and Ivy Charteloff liked the fast claim service they received with American Family Auto Insurance.
Having transportation is important.
It made our life very convenient that American Family took care of everything with such ease.
Call today for a free, no-obligation auto insurance quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Back here at Cashman Field, as we get our interview with DJ Holton going here momentarily, the Las Vegas 51s taking on the Salt Lake Bees in Game 2 of the series. And the 51s meeting up with the Angels top farm team tomorrow, a 12:05 game. And then, of course, the last game of the series will be on Monday at 12:05 as well, as these two teams will conclude their series on that particular day. And now our discussion with DJ Holton.
The way I finished, which is the only thing I can control, I did well. So I was real happy with it. And like I said, that's why pretty much spots I wanted to do. That's what really good about it. Yeah, we were for that, but really good. Now, it seems like your best way to down, you get one out, it's not a certain kind of way. I seem to get a lot more outs, a lot more strikeouts, throwing the fastball up like that. There's, stuff doesn't lay off of that, especially with 2 strikes. So, I try and start down, and the more strikes I get, ahead in the count I work up.
What kind of a role did the crowd play last night? This is one of the better crowds they've had, and they're here to see the team, and they're here to see Eric Gagne. Do you feed off of that energy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. When there's a crowd out there cheering you on and getting into the game, it's a lot easier to get in the game yourself. You're out there with 1,000 fans or so. It's kind of tough to get up for a game like that. But last night was real nice.
Now, this Salt Lake team leads the league in offense, both runs scored and in team batting average. But you've seen them a couple of times before. What kind of awareness do you have about some of their strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, they got a couple of hitters over there, pretty good, pretty patient hitters, and you gotta treat them like any other team, though. Really, you gotta go after them. You don't want to play to their strengths too much because you're gonna get away from your own. So just go out there and pitch your game, and be careful with a couple of them. If you walk them, so be it. But at the bottom of the order, you gotta get after them and make sure you get those guys out.
Visiting with DJ Holton last night, starting in winter for the 51s on the pregame show today. DJ, all of last year you had a chance to spend with the Los Angeles Dodgers. What did you learn during the course of that season that's going to make you better?
Oh, man, I learned, I can't even start what I learned. I learned, from talking to Derek about, getting the ball down, working on a sinker to seeing, Jeff Weaver's, work ethic in between, and also Scott Erickson. I mean, just a bunch of everybody. You learn so much up there. You learn so much from the hitters. And when you get up there and you're successful, and your game, the way you pitch, and you go up there and you're successful, it gives you a lot of confidence, and it's something I can bring down here.
And coming into spring training this year, it looked like you had a chance to make the big club, but so often this game seems to come down to numbers. I mean, how did spring training work out for you, and how disappointed were you by having to come here?
Not too bad. I mean, it was, obviously disappointing a little bit, but, going in, they made that one trade for Jay So, I assumed he had the 5th role, but, maybe I had a chance of long relief role or whatever it may be, but, you just gotta come down here and pitch the best you can, and hopefully it'll come up there, when they need a guy. When they need a guy, call down here, and hopefully I'm the guy, and, just gotta battle through it.
Well, for the benefit of those who don't know about your background, coming up in Yorba Linda, you had a chance to get counseled by Don Osse, who was a pretty successful relief pitcher in his own right in the big leagues, an all-star. Tell the people about that.
Yeah, he was actually one of my, when I was young, I went through a lot of, different pitching coaches, instructors, and so whatever they may be, but worked with Don Osse out there. He's out there, he was actually out there at the time. He was out there in Anaheim Hills there, right by Esperanza High School. So I worked with him, and he was actually the guy that probably, first, he really made a lot of sense to me. He made a lot of sense in his delivery, his mechanics, and really, using your legs, using your arm, and getting out there and finishing pitches. And he was probably the first guy I really remember that I mimicked his motion. And whatever he taught me, I really soaked it in. It was about high school time, so I think right from there I started taking off a little bit.
Thanks for the time, DJ. Appreciate your work.
Thank you.
DJ Holton, our guest in the pregame show, back with the starting lineup. So we'll be coming up next, right after this.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with ads, money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. Founded in 1930, Yellow Book is America's oldest and largest independent Yellow Pages publisher. Look for Yellow Book's easy-to-use directories in major markets like Denver, Las Vegas, Chicago, New York, and more, as well as hundreds of smaller markets throughout the country. You'll even find Yellow Book online at yellowbook.com. Delivering to homes and businesses throughout the area, Yellow Book combines the great features consumers want with advertising rates business owners can afford. In fact, an ad in Yellow Book can cost significantly less than an ad in the phone company directory. Don't miss an opportunity to reach thousands of potential customers. Advertise your business in Yellow Book today. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. That's 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Flat taffy. I feel flat taffy all over.
Fox Sports Radio 1460. It may shock you. KDNO Las Vegas.
It's opening season at the Golden Nugget. Check out our digs and our new Major League lineup. Play ball! Arrive in style at our new Grand Valley entrance and Port Cochere. Then slide into our remodeled luxurious marble lobby. Experience Vic and Anthony, a rookie to the team who's been recognized as one of America's top 10 steakhouses. Step up to the plate for a prime steak and all-star service. Or try Cantonese, Sichuan, and Pan-Asian cuisine in a contemporary setting. Lily's Noodle House will have all your bases covered. With 29 AAA 4-Diamond awards and 60 years of striking success, Golden Nugget's record is unlike any other in Las Vegas. It's a big hit. The 51s know that the Golden Nugget is the place to be for Las Vegas' great American pastime. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's a brand new ball game. Visit GoldenNugget.com for a complete roster of renovations.
Back, my friends, to Gaspin Field here in Las Vegas. The starting lineup for visiting Salt Lake with a record of 28-19, managed by Brian Harper, leading off in center field, Reggie Willits. Batting second in left field, Curtis Pride. Hitting third, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Cleanup man, right fielder Nick Gorneau. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, playing first base, Mike Elward. Hitting seventh for Salt Lake, the third baseman, Adam Pavkovich. Batting eighth and catching, Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth at shortstop, Abel Nieves. The pitcher is righty Chris Buchek, who is 2-0 with a 4.76 ERA. I'll be back with the Las Vegas lineup right after this.
Total Document Solutions from one company, Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions, including Kyocera multifunctional network copiers that enable you to copy and print and scan direct to email or fax, all from your PC. Kyocera multifunctional network copiers produce faster, superior quality printing and copying. Kyocera Total Document Solutions help your people share information quicker, easier, and more efficiently. Kyocera Document Solutions provided by Advanced Imaging Solutions. Local professionals who listen to your questions and concerns and respond with document solutions and service solutions that will improve the overall performance of your people and your business. To see the latest multifunctional products from Kyocera call 951-4AIS today. Kyocera from Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions.
The Leroy Sports Hour, weekdays at 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card that you can use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. And you'll save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or give us a call, 866-743-8738. Remember to book the baseball fan rate. Check it out at bestwesternbaseball.com.
Back again at Gaspin Field. Just had a stirring rendition of the national anthem here. And the 51s line up. This is how they stack up. They're 27-21 in first place in the division by half a game over Tucson. Leading off in center field, Jeff Duncan. Batting second to shortstop, Wilson Valdez. Hitting third, playing left field, Delwyn Young. The cleanup man, third baseman, Joel Guzman. Hitting fifth and right at first base will be James Loney. In the sixth spot, the second baseman, Sergio Garcia. Batting seventh in right field, John Weber. In the eighth spot, the designated hitter tonight, Titus Meadows. And the Las Vegas catcher bats ninth, that's Edwin Bellarine. On the mound, the righty Harold Eckert. who is 3-1 with a 5.45 ERA. We're just about set for the start of the game. One more break. We'll come back to get it going right after this.
One company, Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document imaging solutions from Kia Saramita. One company with experienced local professionals who offer a powerful lineup of fully networkable Kia Saramita office technology. Copying, network printing, document finishing, scan to fax or email. Kia Saramita document solutions that streamline workflow and help your people work more productively and efficiently. Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company that builds strong, long-lasting customer service relationships based on honesty, integrity, and respect. Total Document Solutions from Kia Saramita and Advanced Imaging Solutions. A partnership that will simply improve your business. To see the full line of digital document solutions from Kia Saramita, call Advanced Imaging Solutions, 951-4AIS. Kia Saramita from Advanced Imaging Solutions, providing total document solutions.
Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
We're back again here at Cashman Field for the start of this ball game. Harold Eckert loosening up, and it'll be Reggie Willits to begin it. Then Curtis Pride and Howie Kendrick, and against the right-hander from Edison, New Jersey, Harold Eckert. Eckert is 6'3", 220. He'll be 29 in July. He was 5-10 last year for the 51s with a save and a 6.38 ERA. But Eckert has made a lot of improvements this year over last year. And he has made dramatic improvements as a starter. He prefers starting. He's made that comment several times, and is now as a regular member of the rotation with Aaron Seeley in the big league. This is his 11th game and his 6th start. He pitched against Salt Lake in relief in this ballpark on April 10th, and they rattled him very hard. So Eckert's looking for a little revenge tonight. The pitch to Reggie Willits is low, ball one, and we are underway here. Willits, the switch-hitting center fielder, hitting .287 with a homer and 20 RBIs. Eckert had major problems in that particular outing here. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Willits, and he takes a strike, 1-1. He allowed 3 home runs before 1 inning was over in his relief stint, and it amounted to 6 runs earned on 8 hits in 2/3 of an inning. If you throw out that one outing, Eckert's ERA is way lower than it is. The pitch is a little low to Willits. The count is 2-1. So Eckert did not pitch against Salt Lake in Salt Lake because he has a chance to pitch against him here. The wind is blowing straight out, and it's blowing out hard as Willits in the box. Willits in last night's game was 1 for 4 with a bunt single, a walk, and a run scored. And a sinker ball is a little bit low, very close. It's 3-1 to Reggie Willits. So Eckert going to work on the one team that really hit him hard. Nobody else has done that. The Nashville Sounds did a decent job against Eckert. It's ball 4 to Reggie Willits. But nobody hit Eckert the way Salt Lake did. And Eckert trying to get back at the Salt Lake Bees in this one, but he just walked a very fast man to begin, Reggie Willits. How fast is Willits? Well, he has 13 steals to lead this team. He's been caught 6 times. So the 51s managed to win last night 8-5, which was an important victory after that very difficult road trip that they had. But they're facing a team that does have the most efficient offense in the Pacific Coast League. Salt Lake Bees are number 1 in runs scored and number 1 in team average. They've lost a few players to the big leagues. Well, some of them have come back. Here's the pitch to Pride, and he takes it for ball 1. 1-0. Pride, veteran left-handed hitting left fielder, is hitting .314 with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. In last night's game, he also batted second and had a single and 4 bats, plus a walk and a run scored and a stolen base. 1-0. Willits at first base, and Eckert from the stretch. The pitch. Ground ball to second. To his left is Garcia. He's got it. Goes to second. That's 1. On to first. That's a double play. Oh, what a play by Sergio Garcia and Wilson Valdez. 2 down. Garcia went to his left to get it. Tossed it to Valdez, who was crossing the bat with the speedy Willits on top of him. And he made the throw off balance to Loney on target. Loney stretching out with his toe on the bag, and a double play wipes out 2. Here is Howie Kendrick. One thing about Eckert, he is a sinker baller. Here's the pitch to Kendrick. Fastball is low and inside, ball 1. So Eckert really needs to get ground balls to be effective. especially in a night like tonight where it's blowing out a gale. 1-0 to Kendrick, hitting .377 with 3 homers and 22 runs batted in. I mean, a great year here. Kendrick fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Kendrick was 2 for 4 last night with a single, an RBI double, and a run scored. One ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the first. Nice crowd here. More people are coming in. It's Dodger fleece blanket night tonight. Fastball foul back 1-2. Blankets going out to the first 2,500 customers. They're nice blankets. And it was a very long line of folks waiting to get in prior to the start of the game. 1-2 to Kendrick. Eckert looking for his 4th victory in this, his 6th start. He has appeared 5 times in relief also before joining the rotation. Here's the wind, the 1-2 to Kendrick. And it's up and in. Ball 2. 2-2. Eckert, fastball, slider, curve. A 2-seam fastball has the sink to it. And also has a straight changeup. And it's 2-2 on Howie Kendrick. The 2-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. A front door slider. Good pitch by Eckert. Kendrick is out. And so does Salt Lake Bees. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. At the end of half an inning of play, Salt Lake nothing in Las Vegas against Chris Buchek coming up.
Call 383-0383 to place your Arkansas classified ads, where you can buy and sell most anything through the Arkansas classified ads. Well, now there's TV, bicycles, and stereo too. From antique to Z-Plus, the classifieds are here for you. Call 383-0383 to place your Arkansas classified ads. 0383. 383-0383. If you got a or a that you want to sell, or your retail, you like a or a or maybe a or a home or get it dropped. Pick up the phone and let the Arkansas work for you. Call 383-0383 to place your Arkansas classified at 0383. 383-0383.
Out of Bounds with Craig and James. Weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Intellibed is proud to be a sponsor of the Las Vegas 51. With the 21st century breakthrough called IntelliGel, Intellibed is able to provide a level and quality of sleep that is unlike any other. Mention that you're a 51 fan, and you'll receive $400 in free accessories with any mattress purchase. Visit any one of 3 Las Vegas area Intellibed stores in Summerlin, Henderson, or Green Valley, or find them online at Intellibed.com.
And we're back again here at Cashman Field, Las Vegas, and the Salt Lake Bees. And the 51s are coming up against righty Chris Buchek. Now, originally, the ace of the Salt Lake staff, Jared Weaver, was supposed to start this game, but he got called up a couple of days ago by the Parent Angels. So Buchek is going to start this game instead. And because of pitch limits, Buchek is not likely to stay in the game terribly long. It'll be a succession, they tell us, of Salt Lake relievers in this game. It'll be kind of a bullpen evening. Buchek is making his 5th start and his 10th appearance overall. He is 2-0 with a 4.76 ERA for Salt Lake this year. But Buchek, who has always pitched well against Las Vegas, was in the big leagues. He was called up, made 1 start, a pretty good start, a 7-inning start for the Angels, but then he got hurt in that big brawl the Angels were involved in. And so he's just making his way back. Here's Jeff Duncan, left-handed hitting center fielder. Buchek, 6'5", 200-pounder, 27 years old from Phoenix. And the pitch is a strike to Duncan, 0-1. Duncan hitting .268. He has 1 home run. He's driven in 8 runs. Same 51's lineup as last night. And the tall righty Buchek delivering 0-1. Duncan, it's a hard ground ball pass. Nieves, the shortstop, in the left center for a base hit. The left fielder Pride moves over to pick it up and fire it back in. And Duncan is aboard. Sharp ground ball to left center for a base hit. Duncan gets his 4th hit of the series in 5 at-bats. Last night, he was 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a triple. One of the hits was a bunt. He also stole a base. And actually swiped 2 bases, so Duncan, a definite threat to go. He has 7 steals and has been caught on 2 occasions. And the batter's Wilson Valdez. Chris Buchek. Looking at it is catcher Jeff Mathis. Valdez waiting at the plate. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. The pitch, he squares the bunt. Chops the bunt back to Buchek, whose play is to first base in time to get Valdez. On the plate, Duncan takes second. And he's at second with one out, and the batter, Delwyn Young. Sacrifice bunt, chopped by Valdez to Buchek. It goes 1-3. And the batter, Delwyn Young. Defensively, Salt Lake with Mike Elwood at first. Adam Pavkovich at second. The shortstop, Abel Nieves. And Howie Kendrick is at third. Well, let's see. Well, they've made the switch. It looks like Kendrick is at second. And Curtis Pride's in left. Reggie Willis is in center field. Nick Gorneau is in right field. And Jeff Mathis is catching for Chris Buchek. Here's the pitch. Fastball's up and away, ball one. 1 ball to no strikes. Pavkovich is playing third base. Kendrick is playing second. 1 ball to no strikes on Delwyn Young. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Duncan away from second. Buchek looks at him and comes home. And the sinking fastball a little low. Ball 2. 2-0 to Delwyn Young. Young is batting .300 on the button in 45 games. 3 home runs and 26 runs batted in. He drove in 3 runs last night as the 51s won 8-5. With a 2-run single plus a sacrifice fly, he was 1 for 3. The 2-0 to Young. Buchek deals. And a fastball missing. Close pitch. Ball 3. 3-0. Joel Guzman is on deck. A 12:05 start tomorrow and a 12:05 start on Monday. And we invite you to come on out. Should be a couple of great days for baseball here at Cashman Field. The 3-0 pitch to Young from Chris Buchek. It's low and inside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. That puts runners at first and second for Las Vegas with 1 out and brings up Joel Guzman. Buchek spent much of last year with Salt Lake. He was 7-4 with a 5.42 ERA and made 5 appearances with the Angels. He was 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA in the big leagues. Downstairs, it's let's go, Guzman, let's go. Play here long enough and you begin to develop the following. No question. Here's the pitch to Guzman. He swings and misses at a slow breaking ball. 0-1 the count. No score, bottom of the first. Guzman hitting .291, 6 homers and 30 RBIs. A couple of years here, and the 51s had Chin Feng Chen. He developed quite a following of his own. Here's the 0-1. He chases another low slider, and it's 0-2. But Guzman has swung at 2 breaking balls down and away. And he's down 2 strikes. There are times when Chin Feng Chen would come up and the crowd would shout MVP. And then it morphed into Chen VP. 0-2 on Guzman. Guzman playing last night had a single in 4 bats and scored a run. Now he's down 2 strikes. Buchek delivering. Fastball, a high chopper to deep short. It is grabbed by Nieves, who has no play. It's an infield hit, and the bases are loaded.
Batting fifth, first baseman, number 73.
Well, I'm sure that if Chris Buchek had it to do over again, he wouldn't have thrown that pitch. He got Guzman to chase 2 breaking balls down and away, and instead of staying with it, he apparently tried to set up another breaking ball by throwing him a fastball in. But he didn't get it in enough. And Guzman chopped it to the hole. Nieves went to his right to backhand and made a good play to prevent it from going into the outfield. Had it gone through, Duncan would have scored. It is an infield hit. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and here is James Loney, the pitch. A fastball comes in low. 1-0. Loney hitting .355, a home run, 16 runs batted in. He was 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday after having a very good series in Round Rock. Duncan's at third, Young's at second, Guzman at first. They all run well. The 1-0 to James Loney. Here it comes. And it comes in low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Loney. So Loney facing Chris Buchek. Again, Buchek historically good numbers against Las Vegas. But not sure, since this is kind of an emergency spot start with Weaver in the big leagues, how long they'll leave Buchek in this game. The 2-0. Loney hits a ground ball. It's going to bounce past the diving Kendrick in the right field for a base hit. Duncan scores. Here comes Young. He's going to stop now at third base as the throw comes in from Gorneau. And the 51s take a 1-0 lead and a single to right by James Loney. Kendrick, a valiant effort diving to his left. Couldn't get it. Duncan scores. Young was held up by Jerry Royster because everybody in the ballpark knows that Nick Gorneau, the Salt Lake right fielder, has an excellent throwing arm. So Young is at third. Guzman is at second. Loney just got his first hit of the series and just collected his 17th RBI of the year. 1-0 Vegas. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and here is Sergio Garcia, the right-handed hitting second baseman. Buchek delivers. Slow breaking ball. In for a strike just below the belt on the inside half of the plate. 0-1. Garcia last night had a double in 4 at-bats and scored a run. He is hitting a brisk .330. 5 homers, 18 RBIs. The 0-1 from Buchek. Breaking ball. Ground ball to short, taken by Nieves. He goes to second for 1 on the first in the dirt, and Elwood digs it out, and it's a double play. 6-4-3, and the inning is over. So, Buchek, all things considered, got out of that pretty cheaply. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 left, and at the end of 1, Las Vegas 1, Salt Lake nothing.
As temperatures rise, so do your chances for car trouble. Help meet the demands of summer driving by taking your General Motors vehicle to an expert, Cadillac of Las Vegas. Let Cadillac of Las Vegas give your car a seasonal checkup to make sure it's ready for virtually anything summer can dish out. Cadillac of Las Vegas is your GM Goodwrench Service Center, featuring GM-certified technicians, advanced diagnostic equipment, and genuine GM parts. So stop by your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Cadillac of Las Vegas at 2711 East Sahara in Las Vegas, and keep yourself and your car cool this summer.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Nearly 60 years ago, St. Rose Dominican Hospital's mission of compassionate health care for every patient began in Henderson. And this summer, St. Rose will carry this mission to Southwest Las Vegas with the opening of their 3rd location, the San Martin campus. When open, San Martin will be more than a building. It will be a haven for the mind, body, and spirit. It will be more than quality emergency and cardiac care. It will be peace of mind. It will be more than 4 floors of all private patient rooms. It will be a place healing will call home. After all, they're building more than a new hospital. They're building a place for you and your family to find safety, peace, and well-being. The St. Rose Dominican Hospital San Martin campus, 8220 Warm Springs Road, near the intersection of I-215 and Durango Road in southwest Las Vegas. St. Rose Dominican Hospital's new San Martin campus. It's all about life. Visit strhospital.org to learn more.
Welcome back. Yes, we're here in Las Vegas at Cashman Field. 1-0 Vegas after 1. Sam Cooke doing Twistin' the Night Away. A guy who a major influence on another pretty famous musician by the name of Rod Stewart. Top of the 2nd, Las Vegas leading 1-0. And Harold Eckert back to work. So double plays figured prominently in the first inning for each side. Eckert opened the game by walking the speedy Reggie Willis, but got out of it when he got Curtis Pride to hit into a double play. He struck out Howie Kendrick. Here's Nick Gorneau. Fastball foul back, strike 1, 0-1. And Chris Buchek did give up a run in the first. Jeff Duncan singled, was sacrificed to second by Wilson Valdez. Delwyn Young walked. Joel Guzman's infield hit in an 0-2 pitch was big. It loaded the bases, and James Loney singled in Duncan. But then on an 0-1 pitch, Buchek got Sergio Garcia to wrap into an inning-ending 6-4-3 twin killing. Gorneau takes his sinker a little low, 1-1. Gorneau hitting .300, 6 homers, 36 RBIs. And a fellow who had a very successful AAA campaign for Salt Lake last year. He's been playing professionally since 2001. Out of the University of Massachusetts, Nick Gorneau. Breaking ball, a swing and a miss. A good pitch from Eckert. And the count is 1-2. Jeff Mathis waits his turn on deck. Gorneau in the ball game last night had one RBI single in 4 at-bats and was caught stealing once. Strong right-handed batter waiting, wagging the bat over the right shoulder. Eckert to the motion. Here he comes. 1-2 pitch. Good breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Eckert. Pitch had sharp bite to it. And the batter, Jeff Mathis. Harold Eckert, as always, wants to make sure that his family, tuning in back east, knows that he is thinking of them. And he thinks of them every day, especially days that he pitches, and wants to wave a big hello to the Eckert clan on the East Coast. Back in Jersey, 1 out, and the batter is the DH, Jeff Mathis. 1-0 Las Vegas, top of the second. Eckert in search of his 4th win, delivering. Nice breaking ball. Veers in there for a strike, going 1. Eckert appears to have pretty decent command of that breaking ball early on. Mathis hitting .314. 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He's a catcher. DHing in this game. Ryan Buddy is the catcher for this one. The 0-1. And the fastball bounces to the backstop, and it's 1-1. Eckert, wearing number 44, goes up top with a new ball. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count on Jeff Mathis. Mathis last night hit a home run in the 6th inning. A solo job off DJ Holton. It was helped by the wind, and the wind could help things tonight because it's really blowing out hard again. 1-1 pitch. Fastball's up and in. Ball 2. 2-1. So as I mentioned earlier, it's incumbent upon Eckert and really anybody else who pitches for either team to spot the pitch as well, keep the ball down, and keep the ball out of the air. 2-1 the count to Jeff Mathis. And the pitch. Breaking ball grounded to third base. To his left is Guzman. He's got it and throws across the first base in time. 2 out. And the batter will be Mike Elward. Eckert this year has gone 36 1/3 innings total, allowed 39 hits. So if you put a calculator to that, the league average against Eckert has been .281. Well, it's lower as a starter. 17 walks, 24 strikeouts. And he's allowed 5 home runs, but as I said, 3 of them in 1 inning against Salt Lake here back in early April. And Eckert trying for a little retribution here. Here's the pitch to Mike Elward. And the rookie first baseman takes a fastball that zips inside, ball 1. 1-0. Elward had a double in 3 at-bats plus a walk in last night's game. He doubled off DJ Holton in the 2nd inning. 1-0 Las Vegas, top of the second. The pitch. Good breaking ball. He swings through that one. 1-1. Looked like a fastball. And as the saying goes, it just dropped right off the table. 1-1. Elward from Clearwater, Florida. Good year at AA Arkansas last year, where he was playing when this year began. Arkansas Travelers of the Texas League. 1-1 pitch. Fastball, a swing and a miss. 1-2. And Elward steps out wearing number 34. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the second. Las Vegas with a 1-0 advantage here on an RBI single in the 1st inning by James Loney. Eckert rocks, leg kick, 1-2 pitch. And that sinker's low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Well, the 51s, as been said many times, had a very, very difficult road trip. They lost 7 of 8, but Eckert won the only game that they won. When he beat Round Rock on Monday, 51s won 12-3, Eckert won it. There's an off-speed pitch and a little low. 3-2 to Elward. He went 5 2/3, and he allowed 2 runs earned on 4 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 3, and generally did very well. A full count on Mike Elward, the right-handed hitting first baseman, holding the bat low, now lifting his hands as the pitch comes in. There's another ground ball to third. Guzman's got this one, fires across the first base and gets him, and the inning is over. So Eckert a strikeout and 2 ground balls to his third baseman, Joel Guzman. Salt Lake has gone 1-2-3. At the end of 1.5, Las Vegas 1, Salt Lake nothing.
This country is who we are. This country is in our heart. For all you need, this country is here for you. This country knows what's real. They share just what I feel. They're here for you and me.
This is our country.
Let's face it, insurance is confusing. If you're like most people, you have more questions than answers. So when you talk to someone at Country Insurance and Financial Services, you'll get straightforward answers and assistance. At Country, it's not just talking about service. It's about knowing the people you serve.
They're here for you and me. This is our country.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Rome. Catch me weekdays at 9 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460. Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
Hello again, everybody. Here at Cashman Field, we're in the bottom of the second. It's a Saturday night and a great night for baseball. The wind is blowing out hard. It's not been a factor yet. And Las Vegas in the second with the bottom of the order. John Weber, Titus Meadows, and then Edwin Bellarine, the catcher, against Chris Buchek. There's a name for you. Buchek was born in LaPorte, Indiana. A first-round pick by the Angels. In fact, the 20th overall pick in the nation in the 2000 free agent draft. He was born October 24th, 1978. And his first taste of the big leagues came last year, but he's no stranger to Salt Lake. This is his 5th season with Salt Lake. Here's the pitch to John Weber. He looks at a low fastball. 1-0. Weber, the left-handed hitting right fielder. Starts off the game at 246. 1 home run. 14 runs batted in. Weber in last night's game had an RBI single in 4 at-bats. He hits a fly ball down the left field line pretty deep toward the corner. Pride is near the corner to reach up and make the catch, backpedaling to the warning track. So Weber flies out to the left field corner, and Curtis Pride runs it down. 1 out for the DH, Titus Meadows. Buchek graduated from LaPorte High School in Indiana and attended Auburn University in Alabama. This is his 6th pro year. Last year he split time between Salt Lake and the Angels. He was 7-4 for Salt Lake, 0-1 with the Angels. Here's the pitch. Meadows takes it in the dirt, ball 1-0. Titus Meadows, the DH, a right-handed hitter, batting in the 8th slot. Since he arrived here, has 3 hits and 14 at-bats. No homers, 2 runs batted in. He hits a chopper to deep short again. Knocked down by the third baseman, Pavkovich, who does not make a play. Difficult play for Pavkovich, going way to his left, trying to short hop that 2-hopper. The shortstop, Nieves, was moving to his right. Pavkovich went way to his left to try to pick it up. They showed good range just to get there. And reached way to his left, trying to short hop the ball, and it kicked off his glove. So Titus Meadows is safe at first base on an infield single. And the batter is the catcher, Edwin Bellarine. 4 hits for Las Vegas. Bellarine takes the pitch low and inside, ball 1. 1-0. Bellarine hitting .301. 2 homers and 13 runs batted in. As he checks Jerry Royster, who's standing beyond the third base coaching box. Bellarine last night 1 for 4 with a single. Also reached on a fielder's choice, and he scored 2 runs. Here's the 1-0 from Buchek. Fastball foul back. A ball and a strike to the Venezuelan native, Edwin Bellarine. So Buchek, his big league totals before this year, 0-2 with a 5.59 ERA. His minor league totals, he's won 51 while losing 39. ERA right around 4.7. There's a fly ball to shallow right center, falling quickly. It's going to be in there for a base hit in front of Gorneau, the right fielder. Meadows goes to second base and stops there. Bellarine flares one in the shallow right center for a single. Jeff Duncan will come up with runners at first and second and 1 out in the bottom of the second. Las Vegas has 5 hits. Mathis goes out to visit with Buchek. Duncan opened things up with a ground ball single to left center in the first inning. was sacrificed to second by Wilson Valdez, and then eventually scored on the single by James Loney. So Duncan's off to a good start of the homestand. He's 4 for 5. Former Mets property, Duncan stands in from the left side. Open stance, third baseman Paskovich pulled in tight to the edge of the grass. The rest of the infield a double play depth. Buchek's delivery. And it's up and away, ball one. 1-0 to Duncan, who steps out, wearing number 5. Wilson Valdez getting loose in the on-deck area. 1 ball and no strikes on Jeff Duncan. Meadows off second base. Bellarine the runner at first. Center fielder Willett shifted toward left center. The wind is blowing out hard to left. Duncan hits a drive into left center field, falling for a base hit. Around third comes Meadows. He's going to score. Willis picks it up and gets it back in. The 51s lead it 2-0 on a base hit by Jeff Duncan. Three straight hits for the Las Vegas 51s. And nothing has been hit hard. Meadows, the chopper. Bellarine, the flare to right center. And a soft looper by Duncan in the left center for a base hit. Meadows comes around to score. Bellarine at second. Duncan having a great start to this homestand now. He's 5 for 6. And he just collected his 9th RBI. 2-0 Las Vegas. They have 6 hits. Duncan 2 for 2. Here's Wilson Valdez. They're in at the corners. Valdez takes a fastball for a strike down the middle. 0-1. 2-0 Las Vegas in the bottom of the second. Valdez laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, and Buchek threw him out. But he's a very good bunter, always a threat to lay one down. The 0-1 stretch the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice pick up there by Mathis. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wilson Valdez. Last night around the league, Tacoma beat Colorado Springs 5-2. Fresno came from behind to beat Tucson 7-6, which helped out the 51s. They knocked Tucson out of first base place, and the 51s are back in first place now. Here's a 1-1 to Wilson Valdez. A breaking ball to strike over the outside corner. It's 1-2. Omaha blanked Memphis 7-0 behind Luke Hudson, and Iowa topped Nashville last night 3-1. New Orleans got by Oklahoma 3-2. Round Rock beat Albuquerque 8-4. And Sacramento and Portland were washed out up in Portland. 1-2 to Valdez. Buchek looks back at Bellarine, comes home. Breaking ball, foul back. He got a hanging breaking ball, and Valdez put a decent swing on it, but just fouled it back. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Wilson Valdez. Valdez standing in with a batting average of .294. 3 homers and 19 runs batted, and he was 3 for 5 last night in the opener with a stolen base, a run batted in, and a run scored. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, foul back right over our heads up here. It's still 1-2. Buchek, 22 2/3 innings coming in, 20 hits, 4 of them home runs. But the problem for Buchek has been command. More walks than strikeouts. So far in this game, he's faced 10 hitters, has walked 1, and has allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, 1 hopper to third. Gloved by Paskovich. He goes to second for 1. Back to first, double play for the second consecutive inning. 51s get a rally going, and it ends on a double play ball. But Las Vegas does collect a run on 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And at the end of 2, Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake nothing.
You like that? That's the sound of speed waiting to be unleashed. You can get the same feeling with Cox High-Speed Internet. Currently unleashing blazing fast speeds of up to 5 megs. That's up to 90 times faster. It's no wonder Cox High-Speed Internet was ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So you think you're ready for Cox High-Speed Internet? Get it today for as low as $29.99 a month. Call 933-9854. That's 933-9854. For J.D. Power and Associates award information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time introductory offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Dear 3-day weekend. Sometimes you're right there on the calendar. And sometimes you have to make your own. With a few friends and a crisp, clean taste you can only find in Budweiser. Budweiser beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
With
Myers, weekdays at 3, only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Nick, didn't we just cut your hair yesterday?
Yeah. Remember when you said my Supercuts haircut would help me get noticed by women?
Uh-huh.
It worked a little too well.
You are my Swoopy.
Sweetie, I'd like to introduce you to my Supercuts stylist, Tina. Tina, this is Barbara.
Brenda.
Hey.
And I'm so excited to meet the woman who makes my special guy look so cute.
I can't breathe.
Supercuts is quick, right?
We're fast.
Because I can't stand to be away from my poopykins.
Julie, please.
Supercuts. You know how it is.
Welcome back again, my friends. We're here in Cashman Field. At the end of 2, Las Vegas holds a 2-0 advantage on the Salt Lake Bees. Told you about what happened around the league yesterday. And so, entering tonight's play, the Las Vegas 51s, with a record of 27 wins and 21 losses, are in first place in the PCL's Pacific Southern Division. They have been knocked into second place because of the poor road trip and the sudden winning ways of the Tucson Sidewinders. But Tucson lost last night to Fresno while Las Vegas beat Salt Lake. So the 51s are back in first for tonight. Here's Adam Pavkovich. And he takes a pitch that misses for ball 1. 1-0. Pavkovich, right-handed batter, playing third base. Hitting 195, but he's got 5 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Eckert's 1-0 pitch. High fly ball deep on the right field line, slicing away from Weber on the run, and it's a fair ball. Weber has trouble picking it up, so Pavkovich goes to second base. He's in there with a double standing up. Adam Pavkovich, a fly ball directly down the right field line. A ball that might have gone foul had the wind not been blowing out so hard, but it was really helped by that wind pushing it, and the ball was fair by just a couple of feet. So there's the first hit off Eckert, a fly ball down the right field line by Pavkovich. Pavkovich gets his first hit of this particular series, and that's his 5th double of the year. 2-0 Vegas, top of the 3rd. And here's the catcher, Ryan Buddy. So Las Vegas in first place, leading Tucson by half a game. Sacramento is 3.5 out. They will be here after Salt Lake leaves. Buddy takes a slow breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. And Fresno's in last place, 6 games out, but Fresno's playing well. They won 5 in a row now. Ryan Buddy hitting 188, 4 homers, including 1 last night, 16 runs batted in. Buddy had a home run last night, and he went 1 for 4. Eckert steps off the rubber and looks Pavkovich back to the base. In the Pacific North, Salt Lake is in first place. Yeah, these Bees are hanging in there. They have a 1-game lead on Portland. Tacoma's 4.5 out. Colorado Springs 10.5 out. The 0-1 to Ryan Buddy. Breaking ball swung on a miss. A good slider by Eckert, down and away. 0-2. In the American South, Round Rock, they won 4 in a row now. They beat Albuquerque. They're half a game ahead of Albuquerque. And Albuquerque has lost 5 in a row now. New Orleans is 5 out, and Oklahoma is 10 games behind Round Rock. 2 strikes on Ryan Buddy. Budde out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. 2 strikes stretched by Eckert. He checks Pavkovich, comes home. And the pitch is a little outside, maybe. 1-2 is pretty close. A ball and 2 strikes. In the American Northern Division, Nashville leading Iowa by 6, Omaha by 7.5, and Memphis by 11 games. 1-2. Pavkovich off second. Eckert checks him, comes home. Breaking ball, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball picked out of the dirt by Bellarine, who tags Buddy to complete the strikeout. 3 strikeouts for Eckert. 1 out. Pavkovich remains at second. And the batter's the shortstop, Abel Nieves. Ryan Buddy was one of the men that Eric Gagne struck out last night. And Nieves, who's up now, had the count of 0-2 and went to 3-2. And he had a high chopper back to Gagne, who threw him out. Then Gagne struck out Reggie Willits. Here is Nieves. The stretch by Eckert. And the pitch. And the right-handed hitting shortstop takes his sinker a little outside, ball 1. Nieves has only played in 2 games since arriving here. He's 1 for 7. It's a 143 average with no homers or runs batted in. Last night 0 for 3 with a walk, and he was caught stealing. Pavkovich off second. Eckert looks in that direction. Kicks, comes plateward, and the sinker is a little too low. It's 2-0. Memphis has a doubleheader schedule at Omaha. We'll be checking those scores as we move forward. Oklahoma's at New Orleans for Game 2 of that series. Iowa hosting Nashville. Round Rock is at Albuquerque again. Tacoma at home against Colorado Springs. Eckert's 2-0 pitch. Nieves looks at a strike to the knees. 2-1. Tucson at home against Fresno again. Terry Mulholland is pitching for Tucson. Been around the block a little bit. That's Brian Cooper, the right-hander for Fresno. And weather permitting, Sacramento's at Portland. PCL schedule for later on. Eckert's 2-1 pitch to Abel Nieves. The runner goes. The pitch is a ground ball to second. Garcia to his left, picks it up, throws to first in time to get Nieves on the play. Pavkovich takes third, but of course he would have gone to third anyway. So 2 down. And the batter's Reggie Willits, who walked in the first inning and then rolled into a 4-6-3 double play. Willits making his way to the batter's box. Well, we've mentioned many times, Eckert needs to get ground balls. He has now gone through the order once, and he's been doing everything right. The only person to lift the ball was Pavkovich, who hit it down the right field line for a double to open up this inning. Now he's at third with 2 outs. Here's Willits. As a fastball for a strike on the outside corner of the knees. 0-1. So far, Eckert has been down and dirty. He's got 4 ground balls, all for outs, one of them for a double play, and he has struck out 3. Willits walked his first time up. He's up with an 0-1 count. Eckert kicks, delivers. Fastball way up high, speared by Bellarine. 1-1. 51s with a 2-0 lead in the top of the third. Eckert's last start here at home, we talked about what happened when he faced Nashville, getting no decision. The start before that here on May 11th, he beat Memphis, going 5 1/3. 1-1. Change up. That's a strike. Good pitch by Eckert on the outside half at the knees. 1-2 to Willits. So Eckert has given the 51 some definite solid starts. And now he's trying to strand Pavkovich, who's at third base with 2 down. Willits trying to pick up Pavkovich and get Salt Lake on the board. Eckert nods yes to Bellarine. 1-2 stretch and the pitch. Fastball up and in to Willits. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whole slew of big league finals now, with today being Saturday. Tony Roma's scoreboard. We'll get to those scores. 2-2. Willits out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Back in from the left side, wearing number 7. Eckert getting set. Pavkovich off third. 2-2 pitch. And the off-speed pitch is a little low. Willits showing a good eye to take that pitch. It's 3-2. Harold Eckert, born in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. A 3-2 count on Reggie Willits, who taps home plate with a black bat and works it up and back. Eckert bends at the waist, holds the ball behind his back, rotates it in his bare hand. Now he's set. 3-2 look. And here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed strike 3. A good, hard slider by Eckert. He's looking very sharp early, and Salt Lake sees a chance getaway to hit a leadoff double by Pavkovich. They can't bring him in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 2.5, Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake nothing.
You know, my husband is a dirty, rotten thief.
Well, that's a bit harsh, dear.
Oh, harsh. No, what is harsh is not being able to find my Sprint Yellow Pages when I need them, which, as a matter of fact, is awful.
Well, it's not like I steal them.
Oh, really? Then they're right here in the drawer,
well,
huh? Oh, yeah. Surprise, not there. Thief.
Oh, harsh.
Luckily, Sprint Yellow Pages saved our marriage with their internet Yellow Pages.
It's easy for her to log on to bestredyp.com when she can't find the book.
And it's hard for him to steal a computer.
The same great information you find in the Sprint Yellow Pages is now available online at bestredyp.com. Local listings, maps, store hours, menu guides, and more. Now available at the click of a mouse. And now you can find everything online at bestredyp.com, the internet home of the Sprint Yellow Pages, published by R.H. Donald. Log on today.
I guess I am kind of a thief. I stole her heart back in 83.
See? Exactly what I said. Like you won. Oh, I love you.
BestRedYT.com, the internet home of the Sprint Yellow Pages.
The Sports Memo Radio Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time. Now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Yes, we're back in Las Vegas after 2.5, a 2-0 lead for the 51s. Las Vegas 51s radio broadcast are copyrighted by the Las Vegas 51s, the Pacific Coast League, and the National Association of Minor Leagues Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or any other use of the descriptions of 51s games without the written permission of the 51s, the Pacific Coast League, and the National Association of Minor Leagues is prohibited. Well, tonight is one of those Carl's Jr. family nights, also Dodger fleece blanket night, and we've got a nice crowd here. Crowd of 8,000 last night got their money's worth and more. Here's the pitch. Selwyn Young hits the grumbled on the first baseline, takes a bad hop, it kicks off Elwood, who runs over to pick it up and has no play. Young safe at first base, and a hard ground ball down the first baseline. Young had walked in his first at bat, and so Joel Guzman will come up now. Guzman stepping in. He had an infield hit in the first inning. Young gets a base hit on the sharp ground ball down the first baseline. For the Las Vegas 51s, that is their 7th hit. Guzman, it'll be interesting to see how Buchek works him here, because he missed 2 sliders badly down and away. And there's a slider, and he hits it off the end of the bat foul to the right into the seats, and a fan reaches and drops it and scrambles after it, and another fan got it. Well, you get one shot in this world, 0-1 the count. Anyway, Guzman in his first at bat badly missed 2 sliders down and away. Then Buchek threw a fastball, and Guzman got a big infield single. There's a fastball over the outside corner. A called strike. Guzman down 2 strikes, and he steps out to try to regroup. Young at first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Las Vegas 2. Salt Lake nothing. Wind really blowing out hard. And they're playing Guzman deep and to pull. Young off first, being held on by Elwood. The look. Throw to first base, and he's back in. Delwyn Young has not stolen a base this year. He has tried twice and been caught each time. Buchek with his right arm hanging down. Bends a little bit at the waist, checking Mathis. 2 strikes on Guzman. Buchek delivers. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Coming over toward the line is Gorneau, and the ball falls foul by several feet. So Guzman will be up again with an 0-2 count. Steve Yeager, former Dodger catcher, coaching first base. He's the hitting coach of this 51s club. Third base coach is the skipper, Jerry Royster. 0-2 on Joel Guzman. Looking in is Buchek for a sign from Jeff Mathis. 0-2 stretch. And the pitch. Fastball way up high, trying to get him to chase a high one. And Guzman not tempted by that shoulder high pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Young at first, nobody out in the bottom of the third. The 51s with 7 hits against Salt Lake. And they lead 2-0. 1-2 stretch. The pitch. Breaking ball, a ground ball on the third baseline. Backhanded by Pakovich. He goes to second for 1. On to first. Another double play. The 51s have hit into 3 double plays in 3 innings. You see that every day. 2 down. And the batter's James Loney. Good job by Buchek. He got ahead of Guzman and got him to swing at his pitch. So you talk about getting ground balls on the night when the wind is blowing out. Eckert has done it. But Buchek, even though he's given up several hits and 2 runs, has done it also to the tune of 3 double plays. And here's Loney, who grounded a single right to score the 51's run in the first. Here's the pitch. And the fastball's foul back. It's way back out of play. 1 strike on James Loney. 0-1 on Loney. Tall left-handed batter. Holds the bat way up over that left shoulder, wagging it around in a circle. The 0-1 pitch. And he swings and misses it. A hard breaking ball down and in. It's 0-2. Tomorrow at 12:05, Game 3. 51s will go with William Juarez, who's 3-4, and left-hander Nathan Bland, who is 1-2, pitches for Salt Lake in the third game of the series here. 0-2 to Loney. Fastball low and inside. 1-2. And on Memorial Day, Monday, also a 12:05 game. Another good matchup. Two lefties. Lefty Eric Stoltz will go for Las Vegas. He's 3-5. Well, he pitched a very good game in Round Rock the last time out and pitched well enough to win, but didn't get the support. Fastball's up and in. 2-2 to Loney. He allowed only 2 hits in 6 innings, but took the loss. And then he'll be opposed by lefty Joe Saunders, who is 6-2 with a 2.89 ERA, one of the winningest pitchers in the league, and the winningest lefty with 6 victories. 2-2 on James Loney. Buchek with nobody on base and 2 down. Rocks and delivers 2-2. Breaking ball, line drive into right center, base hit in the alleyway. Going over to cut it off. He reaches down and backhands it. On his way to second is Loney. Here's the throw to second. He's in standing as the ball gets away and hits the umpire. Standing between second and the mound. It is a ringing double for James Loney. Loney has been making a lot of solid contact in the last week or so. He is hitting very, very well. The 51s now have 8 hits. And the 2-out double makes Loney 2 for 2. Jeff Duncan is also 2 for 2. Here is Sergio Garcia, who hit into a 6-4-3 double play with the bases loaded to conclude the 51's first inning. Buchek from the stretch. Little token glance at Loney. Here he comes. And a breaking ball. Garcia, a slow swing and a miss. 2-1. He was fooled. 1 strike to count. Buchek is tied with LaTroy Hawkins for the most career victories by a Salt Lake pitcher. 32. There's a line drive to center field, base hit. In to pick it up is Reggie Willis. Around third is Loney. Here he comes. Here comes the throw home. It is cut off, and the 51s take a 3-0 lead and a base hit by Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia continues to hit very well. A line drive base hit to center field, and Loney waved in. Willis, a strong throw, but it was cut off in back of the mound. Garcia's second hit of the series, his first of the night. The 51s have 9 hits, and Garcia just got his 19th run batted in. So now Las Vegas, 3 hits in the inning, and the double play looms large now. But the 51s still have an extra run. They lead 3-0. Here is John Weber. Garcia takes about a 3-step lead, and Buchek's pitch. Breaking ball inside at the hip, 1-0. Weber led off the second by flying out to the left field corner. Ball run down by Curtis Pride. Wind continues to blow out hard. To this point, it's not been a factor in this game, really. There goes Garcia. The pitch is low. Throw to second base is high, and safe at second base is Garcia. Sergio Garcia steals second. The pitch was, in fact, called a strike, so the count is 1-1. And for Garcia, that is his second steal of the season in as many attempts. So Jerry Royster trying to stay aggressive. The count is 1-1, and a lefty gets up in the Salt Lake bullpen. 1-1 on Weber. Garcia off second. Here's the pitch. Weber swings hard and lifts it foul behind the plate, back out of play. You can't take anything for granted, though. Even on foul balls like that, the wind could push that thing back on the field of play. 1-2 to count on Weber. The lefty in the Salt Lake bullpen is number 27. It's Jonathan Ruwenhorst. 1-2. In this inning, Young singled. Guzman hit into a double play. Loney doubled, and Garcia singled and Loney, and Garcia just stole second. 1-2 on Weber. Titus Meadows would be next. Time is called now. A ball got loose in the Salt Lake bullpen, and the catcher, Jeff Mathis, will go out and visit with Buchek right here. So, again, Buchek pitching because Jared Weaver got called up, which means he joins his brother up there. The Weaver brothers are now part of the Angel pitching staff, Jeff and Jared. 1 ball and 2 strikes on John Weber. Back behind the plate is Mathis. Buchek finally ready. And the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball inside, just right about belt high. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Weber. 51s have scored single runs in each of the first 3 innings on 9 hits. And they might have had more, but they've hit into 3 double plays already. Garcia's at second base. He got a big 2-out single to drive in Loney a moment ago. And this will be a 2-2 pitch to John Weber. Buchek delivers. Fastball foul back off to the left, out of play. Good job by Weber to fight off a tough pitch right there, and it's still 2-2. The promotion of Weaver means that that's 11 players promoted from Salt Lake to the Angels from their opening day roster. 4 of them have returned to Salt Lake. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off to the left, back out of play. A slider this time, and it settles into the seats, 2-2. When Weaver left, he had tied the Salt Lake franchise record with 27 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings. Led the league with a 2.05 ERA and led the league with 66 strikeouts. 2-2. Weber battling Buchek big time in this particular at bat. Garcia away from second, and Buchek looks there, comes home. A fly ball to shallow left center field. Here comes Willits on the run to make the catch and complete the inning. The 51s are finished in the 3rd, but they collect another run, this time on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left at second. At the end of 3, Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake nothing.
And we're back to the Senate Judiciary Committee investigation.
If you please, sir, do you or do you not freshly recall the incident in question? We know that cereal was smothered, and there was evidence of cookie dunking. Here's a smooth, delicious question, General. I find it baffling, sir, that you of all people don't recognize the calcium of the situation here. There's no half and half about it. I demand $1 for sour cream. What cottage cheese is nutritious for you? It is in the interest of this assembly that you are forthcoming with the skim and the whole and the chocolate.
Meadow Gold Dairy. Skim, 2% whole and chocolate milk, as well as cottage cheese and sour cream, are so fresh and delicious they might leave you a little bit distracted.
Furthermore, we will not be satisfied until we get to the bottom of this gallon. What say you, sir?
On the advice of my attorney, I would like to take a sip.
Meadow Gold Dairy. Got something fresh on your mind?
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I will pretend for the moment that you meant that in a nice way.
KUNO Las Vegas.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like Matt, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernnevada.com for more information.
Yes, we're back again at Cashman Field. And we played 3. Las Vegas leads 3-0. And in the early part of this game, it's been the pitcher, Harold Eckert, who has gone 3 innings, allowed no runs on 1 hit, a walk, and he has struck out 4. And the 51's got a run on the first, a run on the second, a run on the third. That's the good news for the 51s. The bad news for the 51s, they've already hit into 3 double plays in 3 innings, but they do have the lead as they drag the infield now. 51s have out-hit Salt Lake 9-1, but hold so far Harold Eckert keeping the ball down and inducing a lot of ground balls, and he's getting his share of strikeouts, too, 4 of them in 3 innings. Friends, here's the 51's stat summary, which is brought to you by the friendly folks at Country Insurance. The Las Vegas 51's enter this ball game with 27 wins and 21 losses, and they have the best home record in the Pacific Coast League entering tonight. 19 wins and 6 losses. Country Insurance and Financial Services, proud sponsor of the Las Vegas 51, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers real quick. Here's a pitch to Curtis Pride, and he looks at a fastball for a strike on the outside corner from Harold Eckert. 0-1. Pride rolled into a 4-6-3 double play in the first. Nobody on base and nobody out. Top of the fourth. We'll have the Tony Roma scoreboard in a moment. With the Major League edition, here's the 0-1. Pride takes an off-speed pitch outside. 1 ball to 1 strike. Eckert's game is the sinker and the slider, and to stay away from the middle of the plate, hitting the corners, changing speeds, and keeping the hitters off balance. He has gone through the order once. He's faced 10 hitters, and he's done a very nice job thus far in this game. Pride hits a little high chopper back to Eckert, who gloves, turns, throws, and gets him. 1 down. Eckert, one of the things that helps Harold Eckert is the fact that he fields his position very well. He's very quick and athletic. Thinks fast on his feet. And, of course, and he's got good reflex action, so as Howie Kendrick settles into the batter's box, that's one of those underrated aspects of the game. Pitching, the pitcher's ability to field his position well. Just ask Greg Maddux about that. He does that superbly. Here's the pitch to Howie Kendrick, who struck out looking, and the pitch is over his head. Ball 1. How do you do? 1-0 to count. Now, a pitcher can field his position well, and the middle infielders, second and short, can fan out further away from the bag. Not have to worry so much about balls hit up the middle. Here's the 1-0 to Kendrick, and a breaking ball is a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1-1. Howie Kendrick didn't hit much when he was called up by the Angels, but they still like his chances to do very well in the big leagues offensively. Here's the 1-1 from Eckert. Fastball, little pop fly down the first base side. Backing up is Loney. He makes the catch on the grass, a couple of feet into fair territory. So that was quite a job by Eckert. He threw one over Kendrick's head. Then he threw a breaking ball for a strike. And then he jammed him, and Kendrick pops out. 2 down, and the batter, Nick Gorneau. Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake nothing, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the fourth. Gorneau struck out swinging in the second. Eckert takes a deep breath and now checks Edwin Bellarine for a signal. Here he comes to Gorneau, and a hard sinker is low, ball 1. That was a 2-seam fastball. Eckert, wearing number 44, walks up top. One ball to no strikes on Nick Gorneau. And the pitch. A high fly to deep right. That ball's really hit. Weber going back. Weber looking up. It's on its way, and it's gone. Nick Gorneau goes the other way. Now Gorneau homered against Eckert back here on April 10th to left field. Now he goes over the right field fence. Straight away right. Gorneau makes it 3-1 in favor of Las Vegas with the second Salt Lake hit. And for Gorneau, that's his 7th homer of the year and his team-leading 37th RBI. So Gorneau goes the other way. And the batter is the designated hitter, Jeff Mathis. And Eckert's pitch. Curveball driven down the left field line. That's in there for a base hit. Going up against the wall. Young goes over to pick it up, fires towards second. Here comes Mathis. Here comes the throw. He slides, and he is out at second base, and the inning is over. Great throw by Delwyn Young. In the Salt Lake fourth, 1 run, 2 hits. No errors and no one left at the end of 3.5. Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake 1.
Getting a mortgage shouldn't take forever, and it shouldn't be a big headache. Introducing hassle-free mortgages with 80% less paperwork only from Bank of America. For your next mortgage, Bank of America has what you want. Competitive rates, lots of choices to reduce or eliminate fees and closing costs, convenient ways to apply, in person, by phone, or online, plus 80% less paperwork. So you don't waste your time tracking down hundreds of old financial documents. Discover hassle-free Bank of America mortgages for yourself. Call 1-800-900-9000. Visit your local Bank of America banking center or go online to bankofamerica.com/loan. Not all applicants will qualify for reduced paperwork benefit. All credit is subject to approval. Normal credit standards apply. Terms and conditions are subject to change without notice. Bank of America. Higher standards. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
This is Steve Zabin, early mornings from 3 until 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy experts.
Back, friends, to Cashman Field. We're going to the bottom of the fourth inning, and Las Vegas leading 3-1 as Led Zeppelin does rock and roll, and a bunch of kids dancing with Dancing Alex, the dancingest usher in the Pacific Coast League. He's a whole Pied Piper down there. He's got a whole slew of kids dancing with Dancing Alex. Wow. New pitcher is lefty Jonathan Rowenhorst. Titus Meadows comes up now. I don't think I've seen that many kids run to one spot since the old Beefaroni commercials. We're having beef. Remember that? Here's Titus Meadows. He takes ball one from Jonathan Rowenhorst. So, I was telling you before that Chris Buchek didn't figure to go more than a few innings, making an emergency start. Here's the pitch to Meadows. He hits a liner towards short on one hop that goes past Nieves in the center field, and Meadows will be aboard on that. Willett picks it up and will get it back in. Meadows had an infield single in the second and eventually scored on Jeff Duncan's base hit. So we'll get a ruling on that play. Edwin Bellarine will come up now. A soft liner. Nieves was moving to his left and tried to play it on one hop, and the ball eluded him and went into shallow center. So here's Bellarine. He flared one to right center for a base hit, which set up the run that Las Vegas got in the second inning. And the pitch is outside, ball one. So Chris Buchek goes 3 innings and gives up 3 runs, and they're all earned. He allowed 9 hits. Walked 1, did not record a strikeout. Bellarine takes low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes is the count. Nieves is charged with an error on the ball hit by Titus Meadows. So that's the first error of the game for either side. 51s have 9 hits. Salt Lake has 3. Here's the 2-0 to Bellarine. He swings and misses. And the ball pops out of Mathis Smith, but he's right there to pick it up. 2 balls and a strike. The Buchek leaves down 3-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Meadows at first base on the error by Nieves. Bellarine with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Jonathan Rowenhorst is from Anaheim. 6'1", 180. 26 years old. Split time between AA and AAA last year. And is a cutter inside. It's 3-1. Rowenhorst at Arkansas was 3-1 with a very nice 1.59 ERA, but then he had a reality check at Salt Lake where he was 4-3, but with an ERA of 5.27. PCL will do that. Here's the 3-1 look and the pitch. Fastball foul back by Bellarine. Home plate umpire was nicked by the rebound. That ball hit the screen back of home plate. That was bound to happen at some point. I mean, almost every game we see balls hit the screen and come back toward the home plate area. No one's been hit yet before then. 3-2. Meadows takes a short lead off first, but Rowenhorst throws over there anyway. He's back in. Las Vegas leading 3-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. A full count. We'll see if Meadows is going. The stretch and the pitch. He's not going. Pitch is foul back toward the press box. Hits the facing and bounces back down onto the field of play, where he'll come to rest in fair territory near the first baseline. Steve Yeager will go after it and pick it up. And fans standing up near the first base dugout seats. But Yeager's toss goes to the fat boy, who in turn Flips it to a young boy at the railing, and he dropped it. Let's see if he gets it. Let's see if he gets it after all. I don't know. The stretch and the pitch to Bellarine. As a fly ball hit to center. Angling to his left is Willits. He makes the catch. Meadows went halfway to second, goes back to first. So Bellarine is 1 for 2, skying out to center. 1 out. Yeah, the kid got the ball. That's good. Boy, is he happy. He's running down the little concrete runway back down toward the field seats. He's going to have to go back to the concession stand. He's burning off a lot of calories down there. 1 out, and the batter's Jeff Duncan, who singled and scored in the first and then singled in a run in the second. So he's been in the middle of 2 of the 351's rallies. He's off to a great start in the series, too. Throw to first base, and Meadows back in. Hey, last night, Duncan, 3 hits and 4 at-bats, 2 singles and a triple. So he's now 5 for 6 in the series and has kicked his average up dramatically to 283. Fastball is in low. 1-0. Rowan Horst this year, this is his 20th game. He's 1-4 with a save and the highest earned run average on the staff, 7.06. 21 2/3 innings worked, 26 hits, including 3 home runs. He's walked 10. He has struck out 17. And the pitch is low, 2-0. The league is hitting just under 300 against him. Lefty versus lefty. Duncan versus Rowenhorst. Buchek gone after 3. Meadows at first base with 1 out. And we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rowenhorst, left foot on the front part of the slab. And Duncan waiting on the 2-0 pitch. On away. Crumbled at the first base side. Glove by Elwood. He turns, throws to second for 1. Back to first base. Safe. Jeff Duncan running hard. Beat the throw by the shortstop Nieves. Nice play by Elwood, the first baseman. Made a good throw. But Duncan just too quick on the return throw. So it's a 3-6 fielder's choice. The force play leaves Duncan at first with 2 outs. And the batter's Wilson Valdez, who has laid down a sacrifice bunt that had grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. Three to 1 Las Vegas, bottom of the 4th. Lowenhorst trying to keep his Salt Lake team close, within 2 runs at the moment. Duncan leads off first base. Elwood is right in front of him. I mean, directly in front. And there's a nice curveball. It falls in for a strike to Valdez. 0-1. Tony Roma's scoreboard, National League. Milwaukee got 3 in the 8th inning and beat the Phillies 9-6. Matt Wise got the win over Ryan Franklin. Derek Turnbow got his 15th save for the Brewers. Throw to first base, and back in there is Duncan. Milwaukee had home runs by Carlos Lee, his 17th. Ricky Weeks hit his 5th. Billy Hall hit number 12. Jimmy Rollins hit his 5th for the Phillies, and Ryan Howard hit his 16th. 0-1. Valdez waits. Duncan goes. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second base. Forget it. He's got another steal. Duncan stole 2 bases yesterday. He was running on first movement because he's running on a left-hander, and it was a good throw by Mathis, but Duncan had such a good jump, they just had no prayer to get him. So now Duncan is 8 for 10 in steals. That steal ties him with Wilson Valdez for the most steals on the team this year. 0-2 on Valdez. The stretch by Rowenhorst. He looks back at Duncan. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded to third base. Glove by Pavkovich. He throws on the first in time, and the inning is over. Las Vegas is finished in the 4th inning. Their first open frame. No runs, no hits. 1 error, and 1 man left. At the end of 4, Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake 1.
It's opening season at the Golden Nugget. Check out our digs and our new Major League lineup. Play ball! Arrive in style at our new Grand Valley entrance and Port Cochere. Then slide into our remodeled luxurious marble lobby. Experience Vic and Anthony, a rookie to the team who's been recognized as one of America's top 10 steakhouses. Step up to the plate for a prime steak and all-star service. Or try Cantonese, Sichuan, and Pan-Asian cuisine in a contemporary setting. Lily's Noodle House will have all your bases covered. With 29 AAA 4-diamond awards and 60 years of striking success, Golden Nugget's record is unlike any other in Las Vegas. It's a big hit. The 51s know that the Golden Nugget is the place to be for Las Vegas' great American pastime. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's a brand new ball game. Visit GoldenNugget.com for a complete roster of renovations.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
At Supercuts, we pride ourselves on listening to our customers, but there are exceptions.
So what are we thinking today, Todd?
Let's shave it, except leave the words Todd Rules in the back. You know, in hair.
I don't think so.
All right. But hey, all my friends pay like $100 for their haircuts, so would it be okay if I did the same?
Yeah, that's not really Supercuts policy.
Oh, I got one. This side leave long, the other side bald. We can call it the two sides of Todd.
Saving men from themselves. Supercuts. We know how it is.
Yeah, we're back again. After 4, Las Vegas leads 3-1. The Beatles, when I saw her standing there. Top of the 5th inning. Harold Eckert, I saw them dancing there as they're dancing with Dancing Alex again in the one of the sections behind home plate. Yeah, nice job right there by the usher who wins the PCL dancing contest for ushers. Alex, top of the 5th inning. Harold Eckert will face Mike Elward, who bats 6th. First baseman who bats on the right side. Then Adam Pavkovich. Then Ryan Buddy. Slow breaking ball, maybe a little inside. Good looking pitch. Ball 1, Elward, who grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd inning. But the ones have been doing a lot of hitting, a lot of running, a lot of buzzing around the bases, but they only lead 3-1. They have hit into 3 double plays in 4 innings. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded to short. To his right is Valdez. He picks it up. Long throw to first base, right on target. 1 down. Nice play by Wilson Valdez. And the batter, Adam Pavkovich. Other scores on the Tony Romo scoreboard. Arizona playing good ball. They blanked the Reds again. Yesterday it was Brandon Webb shutting out the Reds. Today it was Juan Cruz getting the job done for his second win over Aaron Harang. Orlando Hudson, known more for his glove than his stick, homered for Arizona, his first. Diamondbacks another shutout win in Cincinnati. Here's the pitch. And sinkers outside, ball 1 to Pavkovich, who lofted a fly ball down the right field line for a double leading off the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 5th. 3-1, Las Vegas leading. Eckert delivers. Fastball high inside, it's 2-0. In San Diego, St. Louis beat the Padres 4-3. Sidney Ponson now 4-0, got the best of Chan Ho Park, who was 2-3. Jason Isringhausen got his 16th save there. There's a high foul to the right. That goes twisting back out of play. 2-1. Brian Giles hit his 5th home run for San Diego, and Mark Bellhorn hit number 3. In Miami, the Mets beat Florida 7-4. Tom Glavine got another win. He's 8-2. Dontrell Willis, the loser, 1-6. Billy Wagner, his 11th save. Ramon Castro homered for the Mets against his old team, his 2nd. Joel Borchard homered for Florida, his 4th. Fastball inside to Pavkovich near the belt buckle. It's 3-1. The Dodgers jump back into the W column by beating Washington 3-1. Their 8th win in their last 9 games for L.A. Another well-pitched game by the Dodgers staff. 3-1 pitch. Pavkovich, a high drive to deep left, curving down the line, and it is definitely long enough, but it is definitely foul. 3-2. Remember, Pavkovich is only hitting .205, but he's got 5 home runs. He's definitely got pop. And the count is 3-2. Derek Lowe hooked up with Kakashi Saito to get the win. Lowe is 3-3. Saito, the de facto closer for the Dodgers at the moment. Here's a 3-2. Pavkovich is jammed, and he swings and chops one foul behind the plate to the backstop. 3-2. Of course, Eric Gagne was. Then he got hurt. Had to have another surgery, which he's rapidly coming back from. Anyone who saw last night's game knows that. And Danny Baez has been getting some of the closing opportunities, but this time Saito got his 2nd save. Losing pitcher was Mike Stanton, who's now 1-5 for the Nationals. 3-2 pitch again. Breaking ball, a high fly to left center field. Should be caught. Duncan comes over from center, makes a one-handed grab, and they're 2 down. Batter is Ryan Buddy. 3-1 Las Vegas in the top of the 5th. Buddy struck out in the 3rd. Atlanta beat the Cubs at Wrigley 2-1. Ramirez the winner over Marshall. Ramirez 1-0. Sean Marshall 3-3. Mike Remlinger got his second save. No homers today. Boy, the Cubs had 1 run on 10 hits. Ouch. Another tough loss at home for Chicago. Here's Buddy, the pitch. And the breaking ball low and away. Ball 1. Bellarine backhanding it. In San Francisco, they're in the 9th inning. The Giants leading the Rockies 4-1. No homers in that game. Armando Benitez is trying to close it out as we speak. The 1-0. Buddy takes the slider for a strike. 1-1. They're in the middle of the 14th inning now in Pittsburgh. Houston and the Pirates are tied at 6. Pirates have home runs by Jason Bay, number 15, Jeremy Burnitz, number 8. This will be a 1-1 to Buddy from Eckert. And the sinker's low, 2-1. And we'll check some American League scores in just a little bit. 2 balls and a strike to Ryan Buddy. And the pitch from Eckert. Slider, a big swing and a miss, 2-2. That's the pitch that struck Buddy out in the 3rd. The slider down and away. And Eckert just used that to get to strike 2. 2-2 to count. Eckert checks signs with Bellarine. The outfield pretty deep for Buddy, who does not have the enviable batting average at 186, but he does have 4 home runs, including 1 yesterday. And he did hit a 3-run home run off Harold Eckert in this ballpark back in April. 2-2 pitch coming. Slider, swinging and a miss, strike 3. He got him on the slider again. 5 strikeouts for Eckert. 1-2-3 go to Salt Lake Bees in the 5th inning. And at the end of 4.5, Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake 1.
They say that the best kind of advertising is word-of-mouth advertising. And here at New York Hotel and Casino, we couldn't agree more. That's why today we're at the Manhattan Express roller coaster, asking people to describe their experience. Excuse me, sir, what do you think of the ride so far? Anything else? What about you, ma'am? Are you enjoying the ride? Sounds like a yes to me. Is that your husband there? How do you like the ride, sir? Well, there you have it. The people at the Manhattan Express roller coaster at New York. Come and see for yourself what everyone's been talking about. You gotta love this town.
Hey, this is the Sports Take from the Wise Guys. Catch us every weekday noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the Strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like MAX, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the Strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernnevada.com for more information.
We're back again at Cashman Field in Las Vegas, home half of the 5th. Las Vegas leading Salt Lake by a score of 3-1. 51's got single runs in each of the first 3 innings. They hit into double plays in each of those innings. And Salt Lake has gotten 1 run on 3 hits off Harold Eckert, who's done a very good job so far in this game. Bottom of the 5th, Jonathan Ruenhorst, who relieved starter Chris Buchek in the 4th and tossed a 0 up on the board. We'll get into his second inning of work now in a moment when he faces the 3, 4, and 5 51s. Delwyn Young, Joel Guzman, and then James Loney. Get some American League scores also on the Tony Roma's scoreboard. Tony Roma's a great place for ribs. Here's Young, now batting right-handed. Switch hitter takes a pitch low, ball 1. Young has walked and had an infield single and leading off the 3rd and was taken off the bases on the subsequent double play ground ball off the bat of Joel Guzman. The 1-0. Young swings high drive to deep right center. Willis going way back, looking up, and it's off the wall. Willis grabs it and fires it back in. Young has a stand-up double, and he clubbed that one way over 400 feet. It hit the LoJack sign. So Delwyn Young cranks one. Doesn't get too many at-bats on the right side. And That ball was really smoked. And so here is Joel Guzman. First Las Vegas hit off Rowenhorst in their 10th hit of the game. It is the second double of the game for the 51s. James Loney has the other one. The rest of the hits are singles. Here's Guzman. He had an infield single in the first on an 0-2 pitch. Then Buchek got ahead of him in the third and induced Guzman to hit into a 5-4-3 double play. So Young at second base, nobody out. Last of the 51s leading by 2, 3-1. Rowenhorst looks back at Young, comes home. Fastball a little under the knees, ball 1. Oakland won at Texas 6-3. Barry Zito got the win to go to 4-3. He beat Cameron Lowe, who was 3-5. Houston Street got his 8th save. Phil Nevin homered for Texas, his 9th. Here's the 1-0. Guzman swings early to changeup, hits it off the end of the bat, foul right behind the plate, 1-1. Ochanho Park pitched for San Diego today. A fellow that he was traded for, Phil Nevin, hit a home run for Texas. While Chan Ho was the losing pitcher, he did a solid job, but suffered the loss there. And in Minnesota, the Twins beat Seattle 9-5. The 1-1 to Guzman. Change at floats in for a strike, 1-2. So he threw ball 1. He threw 2 good changeups, and now he has the count his way, 1-2 on Guzman. The winning pitcher for Minnesota today, maybe the best name in baseball, Boof Bonser. I kid you not. That's his name. He got his first big league win. He beat Jamie Moyer. Rincon got the save. 1-2 pitch to Guzman. He hits a ground ball foul into the third base dugout, and it's right out again. Hello. Ball rolls right to the bullpen. You don't see too many dugout to bullpen foul balls. What happened right there? 1-2. 3-1 Las Vegas. In the bottom of the 5th inning. Delwyn Young now 2 for 2 with a walk in this game. Takes his helmet off, readjusts it, and walks off second base. The outfield for Guzman, as always, deep. And they shade him to pull. 1-2 pitch. Fastball low, 2-2. Minnesota had home runs by Michael Kadire, his 6th, and former Dodger prospect Juan Castro hit his first. Raul Ibanez hit his 7th for Seattle at the Metrodome. Boof Bonser. Hey, Boof, how are you? Red Sox at home beat Tampa Bay 6-4. Kurt Schilling got the win. He's 8-2. He beat Seth McClung, who's 2-6 for the Devil Rays. Pitch is inside to Guzman, 3-2. Jonathan Papelbon, who has stepped up in a titanic way for the Red Sox in their bullpen, got his 18th save at Fenway. No home runs hit in that ball game. 3-2 to Guzman. Young away from second. Rowenhorst delivers. Breaking ball hit past Rowenhorst off the glove, and it kicks off in Nieves to the second baseman Kendrick, who can't handle it. And safe at first is Guzman. A little game of hot potato out there. And runners are at the corners with nobody out. First, Rowenhorst, the ball was just too hot for Rowenhorst to handle. Then Nieves had a shot at it, the shortstop. He booted it. Then Kendrick went to pick it up, and he fumbled it. Hey, get a stick and kill that thing. Runners at the corners and nobody out. And the batter, James Loney. And we'll wait for a ruling on that very interesting ground ball. Young is now at third. Guzman is at first base. And the batter's Loney, who singled in a run in the first against Buchek. Then with 2 outs and nobody on, doubled up the alley in right center in the third and came around to score on a single to center by Sergio Garcia. Guzman picks up an infield hit. His second hit, both of them of the infield variety. If Kendrick had made the play, it would have been a 1-6 to 4-3. But the play was not made, so the bases now, 51s have runners at the corners with nobody out. For Loney, lefty versus lefty now. Loney takes a fastball low and away. Mathis grabs the ankle-high pitch, ball 1, 1-0. Eleven hits for Las Vegas. Runners at the corners, nobody out. The 1-0 to Loney. Rowenhorst delivers. And it's low and away with a ball. Had some cutting action on it, 2-0. Let's see what else we've got on the Tony Roma scoreboard. In Detroit, the Tigers keep on rolling. They beat Cleveland 3-1. Justin Verlander got the win to go to 7-3. Paul Burge suffered the loss. He's 4-4. And Todd Jones got his 16th save. Maglio Ordonez, home run number 12. High chopper to the right side. Kendrick has it, turns, throws to second base for one. That's all they're going to get. No throw by Nieves. Young scores on the fielder's choice. Las Vegas takes a 4-1 lead. Ball just chopped too high to turn two. Young comes in to score on the fielder's choice. Loney gets his second RBI of the game and his 18th of the year. Guzman out at second base on the force play. Loney safe at first on the 4-6 fielder's choice. Loney at first. There is one out. And the batter, Sergio Garcia, who's hit into a double play and singled in a run and stolen a base. And a pitch taken low, 1-0 to Garcia. 4-1 Las Vegas. One on, one out, bottom of the fifth. Grady Sizemore homered for the only Cleveland run. His 9th of the year, a solo job on the fourth off of Verlander. Tigers win again. 1-0 pitch. Garcia takes a strike on the inside. It's 1-1. In 11, the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Chicago White Sox 3-2. The White Sox got a run in the 9th inning to tie it, but Toronto got a run in the 11th to win it. Scott Schoenweiss got the win for Toronto over Jeff Nelson. There goes Loney on a fly ball to center field. Hit pretty well. Willis backing up, but he's got a play out there to make the catch. And Loney cruises back to first base. So Garcia's 1 for 3. And with 2 outs, here's John Weber. The home run, there's one home run that was hit by Shea Hillenbrand of the Blue Jays, his 7th. For the White Sox, a frustrating game in Toronto. They had 2 runs on 14 hits. Meanwhile, Kansas City taking on the Yankees in Game 2. The Yankees took out some frustrations. They beat the Royals 15-4. Chien-Ming Wang got the win to go to 5-2 over Jeremy Effeld, who's 2-5. Throw to first base, getting Loney back in there. The Yankees had home runs by Alex Rodriguez, his 12th, and 13th, a pair for A-Rod. And catcher Kelly Stinnett hit his first as a Yankee. Here is Weber. He's hit a fly ball to left and a fly ball to center. Curveball low and away, ball 1. They are in the 5th inning in Anaheim. And we're just getting an update on the game between the Angels and the Orioles. And, of course, that's the game that Jared Weaver is pitching in for the Angels against Baltimore. Baltimore's batting in the top of the 5th inning. Angels 6, Orioles nothing. Throw to first base, and back in there is Loney. Tim Salmon has homered for the Angels, his 6th of the year. And we'll get you some more information on that game, since that is Jared Weaver pitching. Here's a 1-0. There goes Loney. There's a chopper foul right by the on-deck hitter, Titus Meadows. 1-1. Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 1, bottom of the 5th inning. To this point, Jared Weaver has gone 4 innings, allowed no runs on 2 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 4. He's thrown 59 pitches in 4 innings against the Orioles. Eric Bedard started for Baltimore now, since relieved by the rookie Adam Lowen. 1-1 to Weber. And the pitch. Curve veers a little outside, ball 2. 2-1 to count to John Weber. Now we'll have some PCL scores coming up in a little bit. Rowan Horse from the stretch. 2-1 pitch. Fastball line drive to third. Caught by a diving Pavkovich. Wow. Salt Lake's Adam Pavkovich, a dive to his left to take a base hit away from Weber, who hit it right on the money. A sizzling line drive. And you can hang a star on that one. That's a great play. Las Vegas has to settle for 1 run on 2 base hits. No errors. And they leave 1. And at the end of 5, Las Vegas 4 and Salt Lake 1.
Who has free time? We're all taking care of too much at work and too much at home. We're attached to our cell phones and internet 24 hours a day. Aren't these conveniences meant to make life a little bit more, well, convenient? They don't. They just give us more time to squeeze in a little more responsibility every single day. Your Country Insurance and Financial Services agent knows you only have time for straightforward answers to your auto, home, and life insurance questions. That's why when you call with a question or problem, you won't have to press 4 or 5 numbers to get a real person. Even if your agent is unavailable, you'll speak to someone at Country's 24-hour service center, so you can use your free time a little more productively. Because let's face it, you don't have time to deal with insurance issues, but we have all the time you need. Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
This is your home for the Las Vegas 51 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Dear Vice President of Keeping Track of Me, when the day ends, we'll all be getting together for the signature taste of Budweiser and to laugh at all things corporate. Come on. It'll be fun. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, they get a little jungle boogie going on here by Kool and the gang. Top of the 6th inning, Las Vegas holding on to a 4-1 lead over the Salt Lake Bees. 51's 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Salt Lake a run on 3 hits and an error. And so now, in the top of the 6th inning, Harold Eckert looking at the 9-1-2 Salt Lake Bees. The shortstop, Abel Nieves, who is a right-handed hitter, starts it off. Fastball, a called strike on the outside corner on the black at the knees. Good pitch, 0-1. Nieves rolled out to second in the 3rd. He's followed by Reggie Willits and Curtis Pride. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the 6th. Slider grounded to second. Garcia charges and moves to his left, picks it up, throws to first, gets his man there. 1 out. Eckert, to this point, is getting ahead of the hitters, making them hit his pitch. And he is really throwing all of his pitches for strikes. That time with Nieves, he got ahead with a breaking ball and threw another breaking ball a little bit away. And Nieves, not wanting the count to go to 0-2, just lunged at the ball and did a little weak roller over to Garcia. So he's throwing quality strikes. 1 out for Willits, who has walked and struck out. Eckert to the motion. The pitch to Willits. He shows bunt and takes one a little bit low. Off-speed pitch. 1 ball to no strikes to count. Willits a very good bunter and very quick. Third baseman Guzman is in tight. He's tried to take the bunt away from him. The outfield playing him the other way. Duncan shifted toward left center. The pitch is up and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Eckert through 5 in the 3rd has allowed a run on the home run by Nick Gorneau in the 4th inning over the right field fence. Opposite field drive. He has walked 1. He has struck out 5. The 2-0 pitch. Willits tries to bunt his way on, but he rolled his foul directly back to the backstop. 2-1. Tried a drag bunt that time. And the other thing about Eckert, we talked about it at the outset. Not an overpowering pitcher. And in a night like tonight, especially when the wind is, even if the wind isn't blowing, you know, he's got to get ground balls, but especially tonight, the wind howling and blowing out. And very few balls have been hit in the air. 2-1 pitch. Willits bunts it at the third baseline. It rolls along the chalk and goes foul. Guzman picks it up about 3/4 of the way down the line. 2-2. In the Tony Romo scoreboard, PCL, Memphis beat Omaha. The final was 6-5, and former Las Vegas pitcher Brian Falkenberg got the save in that game. Another former Las Vegas 51 from last year. Remember Mike Rose, the catcher? He hit a home run for the Memphis Redbirds. That was game 1 of a doubleheader. In game 2, Memphis completed a sweep as they beat Omaha 4-3. New Orleans got 22 hits at home, and they beat Oklahoma 17-2. Wow. And Iowa beat Nashville 3-2. That's the final. There's a ground ball wide at third base. Guzman can't get it. Valdez can, but he's got no prayer because Willits runs so well. So a seeing eye roller off the bat of Willits. Once Guzman couldn't get it, there was no way they were going to make a play on Willits. It's simply too quick. It's an infield hit. One-out single brings up Pride. That's 4 hits for Salt Lake. And it's their second single. Pride has hit into a double play and chopped one back to Eckert. 4-1 Las Vegas in the top of the 6th. Terry Lightenberg got the save for the Iowa Cubs in their game in Des Moines. 8th inning, Tacoma at home leading Colorado Springs. Coming on the first base line, it's fair. Loney can't get it. It goes down the line. Weber over to chase it. Willits is going to be waved in. Here he comes. The throw back in. Here comes the relay from Loney. It's over the head of the catcher. Bellarine backed up by Eckert. Down to second is Pride with a double. Willits scores, and it's now 4-2 in favor of Las Vegas. Pride hit a ground ball down the line. Loney stabbed at it but couldn't get it. And Willits, who is so quick, scores as the relay was way high over Bellarine's head, but Eckert, backing up like he should, caught it on the fly. It's an RBI double by Curtis Pride. Now the tying run to the plate and a very tough Howie Kendrick. 4-2 Las Vegas in the top of the 6th. So a little infield squibber by Willits, and that began the trouble for Harold Eckert. And Pride ripped one inside first. Loney tried to get it, couldn't quite reach it. Here's Kendrick, a very good hitter, just 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out and popped up. Eckert's pitch. A fly ball to center, hit well. Going back is Duncan, going back, reaches up. He makes the catch. Tagging is Pride going to third. He'll stop there as the throw comes into Sergio Garcia. Valdez runs it back into the infield. So, Kendrick got it up in the jet stream, and the ball was veering toward right center. A very good catch by Jeff Duncan to run that ball down. 2 down. Pride tags and takes third. And the batter is Gorneau, who struck out in the second and then lofted one over the right field fence, an opposite field home run in the fourth. So Tacoma leading Colorado Springs 10-5. That game in the 8th inning in Tacoma. Round Rock 3, Albuquerque 2 in the 7th inning in Albuquerque. Here's the pitch. Slider is inside, ball 1 to Nick Gorneau. 4-2 Las Vegas. Curtis Pride at third base, 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Eckert holds the ball behind his back, bends at the waist, and stares in at Bellarine. Has the sign. The 1-0 to Gorneau. Breaking ball, a chopper to short. Valdez has it, zeroes in on Loney, and throws and gets him. And the inning is over. In the 6th inning for Salt Lake, they get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 2.
Oh, Bob, are you still awake?
I can't breathe.
What's wrong?
It's my dog, Titus.
Oh, Bob.
Are you one of the millions like Bob who suffer from chronic sinus congestion? Now there's help from Carl's Jr. The new jalapeno burger is piled high with extra-strength jalapeno peppers.
Put this in your mouth, Bob.
All right.
Jalapenos contain capsaicin, a chemical that creates a burning sensation so intense it clears congested mucous membrane fast.
I can breathe again.
Oh, Bob.
The new jalapeno burger at Carl's Jr. with pepper jack cheese and spicy Santa Fe sauce. Available in single, double, and for those really tough colds. Extra strength Angus beef $6 burger. The previous claims are completely bogus. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
The Leroy Sports Hour, weekdays at 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
We're back again here at Cashman Field, bottom of the 6th inning, and a crowd of 8,923 on hand. A bigger crowd than last night to see the 51s and Salt Lake tangle in Game 2 of the series. Salt Lake, a very good club. They're in first place in the division, but the 51s have beaten them 5 out of 8 this year. And they lead this one 4-2, but it's pretty tight. And the 51s have out-hit Salt Lake 11-5, but Salt Lake is hanging in there. Just down by 2 runs. Titus Meadows leads off against Jonathan Ruwenhorst. And the fastball is low, ball 1. Ruwenhorst has an extremely unorthodox kind of windup. When he kicks his right leg like a pendulum going up and back. And the pitch is down and away. 2-0 to Meadows, who had an infield single in the second and then scored on a base hit by Jeff Duncan and reached on an error by the shortstop Nieves in the 4th. And then was forced out. Here's a 2-0 to Meadows. A ground ball to short. Nieves got this one. Takes a couple of steps, throws to first, and gets him. 1 out. This is Ruwenhorst's 3rd inning of work. He allowed a run in the 5th inning when Young doubled and took 3rd on a base hit by Guzman and scored on the force play by James Loney. Here's Bellarine, who is single and flat out to center. Finishing up the Tony Roma scores. In Tucson, they're in the 8th inning. Fresno leading Tucson 5-0. And again, the 51s began the night in first place, half a game up on Tucson. But, Fresno's looking for their 6th straight win. They've been playing much better baseball. Sacramento and Portland rained out for the 2nd consecutive day. Bellarine trying to bunt, and the fastball nearly hit him. He had a stagger out of the box. Fastball buzzing him way inside. 1 ball to no strikes to Edwin Bellarine. One 0, and the pitch from Ruwenhorst. And a fastball. He swings through that one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Edwin Bellarine. On deck is Jeff Duncan. Ruwenhorst again, a crazy windup in the pitch, a high flat on the right field side, peeling foul, and back into the seats. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ruwenhorst been a pro since 2001. Went to Brethren Christian High School in Cypress, California, and Biola College in La Mirada. Breaking ball, a swing and a miss, strike 3. He really had Bellarine swinging early off his front foot. Ruwenhorst gets his first strikeout. Bellarine 1 for 3. 2 outs, and the batter, Jeff Duncan. Duncan tonight, another good night. He had 3 hits last night. He's got 2 tonight. 2 singles. He singled and scored in the 1st, singled in a run in the 2nd, hit into a forced play in the 4th, and stole a base. And he looks at a fast strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Ruwenhorst last year was, again, at Arkansas and Salt Lake. He's been a reliever his entire pro career. And Duncan swings and misses, and he's down 2 strikes to Ruwenhorst. So even though the Bees are without their ace tonight, Jared Weaver, who's, for the moment, pitching a shutout against the Baltimore Orioles, they've kept the 51s close enough. The pitch is in the dirt, 1-2. The combination of Buchek and Ruwenhorst has kept the Bees in the game. They trail, but only by 2 runs in the 6th inning. 1-2 on Duncan. Ruwenhorst checks signs with Mathis. Back he comes, 1-2. Breaking ball to ground ball slowly toward short. Charged by Nieves. He picks it up on the run, throws to first base, throws it away to the far end of the first base dugout. And that means it's a dead ball, and Duncan will take second. A slow ground ball toward short because Duncan runs so well. Nieves knew he had to really hustle. He charged it. He picked it up on the dead run and made the off-balance throw, bending over at the waist across his body, but the throw was way to the right of the first baseman, Elward. It skipped into the dugout. And the batter's Wilson Valdez. So Duncan at second base. Valdez 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice bunt. And the fastball's low and inside, ball 1. 1-0. Duncan at second base, 2 gone. The stretch by Ruwenhorst. And the pitch. Valdez takes a strike, and now it is 1-1. Time called. Wind blowing some wrappers around the infield. And for the moment, Valdez pauses. Patkovich goes over and grabs a plastic bag, balls it up, and stuffs it in his back pocket. 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-2 Las Vegas. They've given an error on Nieves on the play, so a 2-base throwing error. Gets Duncan to second base. 1-1 pitch to Valdez. Here comes Rowenhorst. Fastball, a chopper to short. Nieves waits for the second hop, backhands, throws to first base on target and in time, and the inning is over. So, Las Vegas finished in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left at the end of 6. Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 2.
Dear Mr. H2O, it's time for us to become reacquainted. Time to dive into every day and every cooler, filled with the signature taste of Budweiser. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Plan Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Wallapai. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Papa Joe Chevalier and you join me weekdays at 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
18 holes of lush green fairways await you. The grass is greener and the rates are golden at Mountain Falls Golf Club in Pahrump. The 7,082 par 72 Parkland-style golf course offers breathtaking views of the mountains and the refreshing feeling of wide-open spaces. Mountain Falls Golf Club 18-hole rates start at just $35. Please call 775-537-6553 for your next tee time or online at mountainfalls.com.
Welcome back again to Cashman Field after 6. 4-2, Las Vegas leads it. You know, there was a time when children played in the park on the way home from school, when your neighbors often became your very best friends. Providence is a community built on the notion that some things are just too good to leave in the past. Visit Providence at I-215 in Wallapai or online at www.providencelv.com. All righty then. We move along to the 7th inning. Las Vegas leading 4-2. 51s have out hit Salt Lake 11-5. Salt Lake has committed 3 errors in this particular contest. And all 3 errors have been committed by the shortstop, Abel Nieves. So, the batter is going to be Delwyn Young when the 51s bat in their half of the 7th inning. But now, Salt Lake coming up against Eckert. 5, 6, and 7 hitters are due up. Jeff Mathis, Mike Elward, and Adam Pavkovich. Eckert through 6 has pitched very well. 2 runs earned on 5 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 5. He's thrown 76 pitches, 44 of them for strikes. Eckert's longest start, 6 innings against Colorado Springs in Colorado Springs on May 6th. So he's going into uncharted waters now in terms of innings. Mathis shows bunt, pulls the bat back on a very good-looking slider for ball 1. Mathis is grounded out, and then with 2 outs in the 4th inning following the Nick Gorneau home run, he hit one to the left field corner for a single, tried to stretch it to a double, and Delwyn Young threw him out with an excellent throw. 1-0 pitch. That one is a breaking ball. He swings and misses, and Mathis did Eckert a favor. That pitch was way out of the zone. Instead of 2-0, the count is now 1-1. Ball and a strike. Nobody on and nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. Eckert checks Bellarine. Mathis hitting .318, waiting on the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball lined in the right center over a leaping Garcia. That's a base hit. Over to cut it off is Weber. He'll fire it in towards second, holding Mathis to a long single. Throw gets away. Then it's backed up by Eckert and Bellarine near the mound. So Mathis rifles one to right center for a base hit. He is 2 for 3, and the batter is Mike Elward, who's grounded to short and grounded to third. Elward is the tying run. Again, 51's got 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, but Salt Lake got 1 in the 4th on the home run by Gorneau. 51's got that run back in the 5th to lead 4-1. But Salt Lake picked up the run in the 6th inning to make it 4-2. Now the tying runners at the plate and Mike Elward. 51s get action going in the bullpen for the first time. It's Frankello Osorio. There's a high fly to center, hit pretty well, and the wind taking it. Duncan moves over to make the catch. Back to first base goes Mathis as Elward gets under one and skies one to Jeff Duncan. One out, and the batter Adam Pavkovich, who has doubled and flied out to center. Friends, Anheuser-Busch, brewers of the king of beers, Budweiser and Bud Light, urges you to drink responsibly and don't drink and drive. Pavkovich hit his double down the right field line in the 3rd, and then he flied out to center in the 5th inning. Eckert squinting into Bellarine. Now straightens up after collecting the side. Delivers. Line drive in the right. That's a base hit. Weber in to pick it up. Going to second base and stopping there is Mathis as a throw comes in, and it's taken by the shortstop Valdez. So 2 opposite field singles by Salt Lake. The tying runs are on. Pavkovich is 2 for 3. And the catcher Ryan Buddy is coming up. That's 7 hits for Salt Lake. Eckert has gone 6 in the 3rd. It's his longest start in terms of innings. Osorio is throwing in the bullpen, has been throwing for a little while now. And Eckert has a new ball as he's talking it over with Bellarine, the front slope of the mound. Eckert rubbing the ball up as he prepares to go up against Buddy. Now, Buddy's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice, and the pitch that has given him fits tonight is Eckert's slider. But here comes Jerry Royster. And Royster crosses the foul line. He points and he wants Osorio now. Well, yeah, Eckert really wanted to finish the inning, but he won't get the chance. We've got a break in the action. Top of the 7th inning. Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 4-2. And we'll be back with more right after this.
You like that? That's the sound of speed waiting to be unleashed. You can get the same feeling with Cox High Speed Internet. Currently unleashing blazing fast speeds of up to 5 megs. That's up to 90 times faster. It's no wonder Cox High Speed Internet was ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So you think you're ready for Cox High Speed Internet? Get it today for as low as $29.99 a month. Call 933-9854. That's 933-9854. For J.D. Power and Associates, award information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time introductory offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Brace yourself and your General Motors vehicle for summer with a visit to the excellent GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert Pontiac GMC Buick. Desert Pontiac GMC Buick's factory-trained air conditioning specialist will check your condenser and coolant level, adjust your drive belts, inspect your clamps and hoses, check Freon, test your system pressure, and check for leaks. Take no chances. Come see your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert Pontiac GMC Buick in the Valley Auto Mall at 330 North Gibson Road in Henderson. It's good to know it's Goodwrench.
It's a guy thing, all right?
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
This comes out, the city will be in chaos.
KNO Las Vegas.
Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field. Top of the 7th inning, starter Harold Eckert. Another good outing. Now he gives way to Frankello Osorio, the one with the super sinker. He's going to face Ryan Buddy. The runner at second is Jeff Mathis. The runner at first is Adam Pavkovich with 1 out. Top of the 7th, 4-2 Las Vegas. Osorio's pitch is a fastball down and away, ball 1. Buddy's only hitting 184, and again, Eckert was getting him out with a slider down and away, which he kept chasing. 1-0, Osorio from the Dominican. This is his 5th game since being sent down by the Dodgers. No record at 2.45 ERA. The 1-0 pitch. Slider swung on and missed, and he chased that outside slider. 1-1. So Osorio making his first appearance in the series. Last night, the 51s used DJ Holton, our pregame guest tonight, Greg Miller, Giovanni Carrara, and Eric Gagne. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 7th. Osorio's pitch. Breaking ball hits him. Wow. He hit Buddy with a breaking ball. That will load the bases, and the Salt Lake Bees have to absolutely love that. Buddy hitting 184 and having a rough night gets plunked by Osorio, and now the tying run is in scoring position, Pavkovich at second base. And the batter's Abel Nieves. Let's see. See if Nieves comes up to hit. He will not. Salt Lake will send up a pinch hitter. The newest addition to the Salt Lake roster, Corey Myers. Youngster who is a right-handed hitter will come up, Meyers. To pinch hit for Nieves, who hit 2 ground balls to second against Eckert. And now Jerry Royster calls time and goes to the mound, and everybody in the infield and in this brief powwow, which is already over, and Royster trotting back to the first base dugout. So Mathis is at third, Pavkovich is at second. Ryan Buddy hit by the pitch. We'll see if the 51s have to pay the price for that. And here Corey Myers is going to bat now. So Royster had some specific instructions for Osorio and the 51s. 4-2 Las Vegas. Top of the 7th, bases loaded, 1 out. Myers was just signed to a minor league deal by the Angels and sent here. The pitch. Low and away, ball 1, 1-0. To make room for him, infielder Brian Specht was one of the disabled list with back spasms. Myers was in the Angels minor league camp during spring training. Last year he was in the Diamondback system, and with Tucson he hit .238 in 82 games with 4 homers and 36 RBIs. 1-0 pitch to him. Sinker is low. It is 2-0. At third base is Mathis. Pavkovich is at second. Buddy's at first. Osorio, like Eckert, is a sinker baller, and when he's on, he'll get those grounders. 4-2, favor of Las Vegas in the top of the 7th. Osorio trying to wrangle out of a sticky situation now. Myers waiting. Here's a 2-0 pitch. He missed it low. 3-0. When Osorio was with L.A. this year, his problem was control. There's never been a question about his stuff. He throws a lot of pitches that dart and go this way and that way and throws almost nothing straight. And when he's around the zone, he's very tough. But now he's 3-0 on Myers with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. He deals a strike, 3-1. So Mathis single opening inning. Elwood flied out. Pavkovich single. Osorio came in and hit Buddy with a 1-1 pitch to load him up. Got a pinch hitter Myers up with a 3-1 count. The infield playing for 2. The outfield straight away, medium depth. Osorio's 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball fouled right behind the plate. It's 3-2. Kendry Morales, who was with Salt Lake earlier this year, has hit a home run to dead center in Anaheim with 2 men on. So the Angels now lead Baltimore in the 6th inning 9-0 behind Jared Weaver. Tim Salmon also homered in the game. 3-2. Big pitch coming up now from Osorio. And he steps away from the rubber. Myers out of the box. Bases loaded with Bees. 1 out, top of the 7th. 51's up by 2. Osorio gets set. The 3-2 pitch to Corey Myers. Fastball, a little dunker into shallow right. Here it comes Weber. He can't get there. It's a base hit. And 1 run will score. And everybody else moves up a base. It's now 4-3 Las Vegas on a bloop single to right by the pinch hitter Corey Myers. Little dunker, and there's no way Weber could get there. He came in hard, but Mathis scores. Pavkovich goes to third. Buddy goes to second, and the 51s have seen their lead shrink to 4-3. The batter's Willits, who has walked, struck out of that infield single, and he scored on Pride's double. The run is charged to Eckert. So the 51's wanting Osorio to get a ground ball, but he hit Buddy, and Myers hit the blooper to not going to run. There's only 1 out, and Willits is up. He's a tough man to double up. There's a sinker for a strike on the outside. It's 0-1. Las Vegas up 4-3 over Salt Lake, but the Bees with the bases loaded and only 1 out. The right side of the infield is in. Left side of the infield at pretty much standard depth, hoping for a double play ball hit to somebody, but now Garcia at second backs up for double play depth also. Line drive down the right field line in there, and Willits can run all day as Weber goes to the wall to get it. Pavkovich scores. Buddy scores. Stopping at third base is Myers as Willits doubles in two, and Salt Lake has taken the lead away from the 51s by a score of 5-4. The writing was on the wall when Ryan Buddy got hit by a 1-1 pitch. No question about it. And now 51s find themselves trailing for the first time in a game. Willits almost certainly would have had a triple, but Myers had to be held at third base. And so the batter's Curtis Pride, and the 51s are going to walk him intentionally with first base open and a right-handed hitter, Howie Kendrick, on deck. Reggie Willits hooked it down the line for his 8th double, RBIs 21 and 22. Pride hit a double to knock in a run in the 6th inning, and he will be passed intentionally. There's only one out, and the 51s hoping to get a ground ball with Osorio in there, but it just hasn't happened. And Pride in a moment will take his base. There's ball 4 to Curtis Pride. So the bases are loaded with one out, and again, Osorio will try to induce Howie Kendrick this time to hit a ground ball at somebody. Kendrick has struck out, popped to first, and flat out to deep center. 3 runs in, only one out. Salt Lake leads it 5-4. And Harold Eckert, a good job, but he will get no decision in this game. Osorio from the stretch. Here's his pitch to Kendrick. And it's outside, ball 1. 1-0. So Eckert will be charged with 4 runs earned on 7 hits and 6 in the 3rd. Pitched very well, but he ran out of steam in the 7th, and Osorio really struggling. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball foul outside 3rd. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Ball and a strike to Kendrick, who entered the game hitting .377. And Salt Lake with a 5-4 lead, scoring 3 times in the top of the 7th. Giovanni Carrera throwing in the Las Vegas bullpen. Osorio set. The 1-1 pitch to Kendrick. Slider low and outside, ball 2. It is 2-1. Osorio has pitched well since coming down from L.A. But he's faced 3 hitters, then the intentional walk, and nobody's been retired. The pitch is in the dirt. Now it's 3-1. Osorio having major control trouble here. Buddy hit by the 1-1 pitch. Myers hit the bloop single to drive in a run. Willits hits a rocket into the right field corner for a double, driving in 2. And then Pride intentionally walked, but now Kendrick is up with a 3-1 count. Dangerous situation for Osorio. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's in for a strike, 3-2. Kendrick hitting .368. Full count. Wind blowing out hard to right. Osorio check signs with Bellarine again. Now he's ready from the stretch. The 3-2 pitch. It hits him in the shoulder. And it is 6-4 Salt Lake. As coming in to score is Myers. Willits goes to 3rd. Pride goes to 2nd. And it's just not Osorio's night. Bellarine goes out to speak to him. Here comes Jerry Royster. Osorio has hit 2 men, given up with a bloop single, a line drive 2-run double, and an intentional walk. Kendrick gets the RBI the hard way, hit by the pitch, and Giovanni Carrera is going to come in and relieve Osorio. It is 6-4 Salt Lake. There's still only one out, and Osorio walks off as Carrera comes in. There's a break in the action again. 6-4 Salt Lake. Back with more right after this.
Hi, friends. If you're in the market for a General Motors vehicle, there's only one place to shop in Las Vegas. That's Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They are the world's largest Chevy retailer, and they feature an excellent body shop and parts and service as well. I have a vintage Chevy sitting in my garage right now, and I don't take it to anyone but Bill Hurd Chevrolet.
They're at 444 South Decatur at Alta. Telephone 870-9444. Bill Hurd Chevrolet. Visit their website, www.billhurdvegas.com.
18 holes of lush green fairways await you. The grass is greener and the rates are golden at Mountain Falls Golf Club in Pahrump. The 7,082 par 72 Parkland-style golf course offers breathtaking views of the mountains and the refreshing feeling of wide-open spaces. Mountain Falls Golf Club 18-hole rates start at just $35. Please call 775-537-6553 for your next tee time or online at mountainfalls.com.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Nick. Didn't we just cut your hair yesterday?
Yeah. Remember when you said my Supercuts haircut would help me get noticed by women?
Uh-huh.
It worked a little too well.
You are my Lucy.
Sweetie, I'd like to introduce you to my Supercut stylist, Tina. Tina, this is Barbara.
Brenda.
Hey.
And I'm so excited to meet the woman who makes my special guy look so cute.
I can't breathe.
Supercuts is quick, right?
We're fast.
Because I can't stand to be away from my poopy kins.
Please.
Supercuts. We know how it is.
Seventh inning. Las Vegas at one point led 4-1 into the sixth, but Salt Lake got a run in the sixth inning, and in the seventh inning, they have scored 4 times, and there's only 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Frankelis Osorio, a rough outing. The 51s, really, the bullpen has done a good job this year, but Osorio just didn't have it. He hit 2 men, including one with the bases loaded. He had some rough luck on Myers, who had the bloop single right to get an RBI. And Willits did hit the ball hard when he doubled the right driving in 2, but then he hit Kendrick after the intentional walk to Curtis Pride. Now the 51s are down by 2, and Carrera will face Nick Gorneau, who has struck out, homered, and grounded out to short. Bases loaded, 1 out. Salt Lake has a chance to break the game open. Carrera, the veteran righty who pitched the scoreless inning last night, delivers. And a breaking ball is a strike, 0-1. Carrera faced Gorneau last night. He popped out to shallow right against him. Carrera pitched the 8th inning in relief of DJ Holton and Greg Miller. 0-1 the count to Gorneau. Willits at third, Pride at second, Kendrick at first base. 4 runs in, 1 out, top of the 7th. Salt Lake leading 6-4. Carrera with the 0-1 to Nick Gorneau on the way. A high chopper to first base. Loney has to wait for gloves. Underhands to Carrera at the bag for the out. On the play, Willits scores, and it's 7-4 Salt Lake now. Ball just chopped too high for the 51s to get anything out of it other than the 3-1 put out. The batter now is Jeff Mathis. That run is charged to Osorio. As Willits scores, Pride goes to third base. Kendrick goes to second. Mathis is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and he began this inning with a single to right center against Eckert. And he scored on a base hit by Myers. Second and third, 2 outs. Carrera's pitch. And a strike over the outside corner. It's 0-1. Carrera faced Mathis last night, and Mathis flat out to center against him. 0-1. Second and third with 2 down. Carrera, a long check of Bellarine, and that's too long for Mathis, who called time and stepped away. 7-4. Salt Lake with 5 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. And Carrera checking Bellarine. Second and third, 2 outs, 0-1 the count. Carrera now set. The strike 1 to Jeff Mathis. Breaking ball, pop foul behind the plate. Bellarine coming back, but that's back in the seats. Rattles around and becomes his souvenir. 0-2. So that early in the game, the 51s got single runs in the first, second, and third, but you get the funny feeling they might have to pay the price for hitting into all those double plays. And now Salt Lake has a 3-run lead. 0-2 on Jeff Mathis. Runner at third is Pride. Kendrick is at second. Carrera making Mathis wait. Now he's ready. The 0-2 stretch, and the pitch is on the way. Breaking ball way up and in. 1-2. It's the first time Carrera has worked in back-to-back games since he joined the team. He is 1-0 with a 0.82 ERA. This is his 9th appearance, and he has 1 save. He's got 11 innings under his belt, allowing 9 hits and 1 run earned. 1-2. Carrera nods yes to Bellarine. Infield is well spread out all over. Here's the 1-2 stretch by Carrera. Here's his pitch. Fastball high and tight. Ball 2. It is 2-2 on Mathis. Well, Soria did not retire any of the 5 men he faced. One of them an intentional walk, but he hit 2 men. To this point, he's been retired. He's been charged, I should say, with 3 of these runs. 2-2. Carrera checking signs again. Big righty is set. 2-2 pitch to Mathis. On the way. Big breaking ball. A little bit high. Snapped off a curve. It floated in above the belt. And the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Wilhide, a righty's up in the Salt Lake bullpen. Carrera taking a very long time between pitches as he works on Jeff Mathis, one of the top Angel prospects. And Carrera set to work again. 3-2 stretch. Second and third, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up and in, ball 4. So he walked Mathis. Now the 11th man to bat in the inning comes up. That's the first baseman, Mike Elward, who is 0 for 3. He's grounded out to third, grounded out to short. Then earlier in this inning against Eckert, he flied out to center. So the 51's down by 3, and down by 3 runs in the 7th inning in this park with the wind the way it is. That's hardly an insurmountable situation. But Carrera knows he needs to slam the door right here. There's no place to put Elward. The stretch, and Carrera delivering to Elward. Fastball is high, ball 1. Carrera faced Elward last night and he walked him. The count is 1-0. 7-4 Salt Lake. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. One and 0. Pride at third, Kendrick at second. Or Kendrick at third, I should say. Gornell at second, Mathis at first. The pitch, Elward swings hard and fouls it straight back. And the count is a ball and a strike. Carrera gets a new ball to work with. 51s came in a half a game ahead of Tucson in the Pacific Southern Division in first place. And they led in this game 3-0 after 3, 4-1 at the end of 5. But now they trail 7-4. 1-1 to count. And Carrera gets set again. This will be a 1-1 to Elward. Here comes the right-hander's pitch. A pop fly down the right field line. A long run for Weber. Weber is at the line to make a running catch, and he winds up in the bullpen. Good play by Weber. He had a long way to go to get that ball. And on the dead run, he made the catch, and that pop fly down the line. The inning is finally over. But the Salt Lake Bees do a little buzzing around the bases. They get 5 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 3. Stretch time at Cashman Field after 6.5. Salt Lake 7 and Las Vegas 4.
Nearly 60 years ago, St. Rose Dominican Hospital's mission of compassionate health care for every patient began in Henderson. And this summer, St. Rose will carry this mission to Southwest Las Vegas with the opening of their 3rd location, the San Martin campus. When open, San Martin will be more than a building. It will be a haven for the mind, body, and spirit. It will be more than quality emergency and cardiac care. It will be peace of mind. It will be more than 4 floors of all private patient rooms. It will be a place healing will call home. After all, they're building more than a new hospital. They're building a place for you and your family to find safety, peace, and well-being. The St. Rose Dominican Hospital San Martin campus, 8220 Warm Springs Road, near the intersection of I-215 and Durango Road in southwest Las Vegas. St. Rose Dominican Hospital's new San Martin campus. It's all about life. Visit strhospital's.org to learn more.
Out of Bounds with Craig and James, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like Matt, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernnevada.com for more information.
We're back again here in Cashman Field, and it's the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Salt Lake Bees have rallied. At one point they were down 4-1, and they've now, with a 1 in the 6th and 5 in the 7th inning, have taken a 7-4 lead. Jonathan Rowenhorst has a chance to get a win. He went 3 innings in relief of starter Chris Buchek, allowed 1 run, which was earned on 1 hit, did not walk anybody and struck out 1, did a very good job. New pitcher is Matt Wilhite. And there's some changes for Salt Lake. Corey Myers, who pinch hit against Osorio, hit that bloop single to right, stays in the game at third base, and Adam Papkovich moves from third to short to replace Nieves, for whom Myers hit. The pitch is a swing and a miss to Delwyn Young. Strike 1. Matt Wilhite, a side-wheeling righty facing Young, who is having a perfect night so far. Breaking ball inside, 1-1. So the 51s will try to rally back. Now down by 3 in the 7th inning, trailing 7-4. Young has walked, singled, and doubled off the fence in center and scored in the 5th inning. The 1-1 pitch. Sinkers outside and low. 2-1. Wilhite is 2-1 with an ERA of 4. It's his 19th game all out of the bullpen. He's got 1 save, 27 innings, 28 hits, 4 homers. He has walked 9, striking out 8. There's a high foul behind the plate. The wind might keep this one in the yard, and it does. Making the catch is Mathis, and Delwyn Young, who would still be hitting it were it not for the wind, is out. That ball was going out of play, clearly going out of play, and the wind pushed it back in. 1 out. Big break for Salt Lake. And the batter Guzman with 1 out. Mathis made the catch right by the third base on deck circle. 7-4 Salt Lake in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the 51's got some early breaks, and Salt Lake with some clutch hitting and getting some breaks of their own. And they lead by 3. Here's Guzman. Slider is inside, ball 1. Guzman has singled, hit into a double play, and singled again. 2 for 3. They're in the 17th inning in Pittsburgh. They're still going. 7-7 tie. Pirates and Astros. 1-0 pitch. Guzman hits a ground ball to short. Papkovich fields this one and throws on the first base to get Guzman. 2 down. And the batter will be James Loney. Wilhite is 6'1", 185. He'll be 25 in July. He's from Franklin, Kentucky. Here's Loney. He's 2 for 3. A single, a double, a run scored, and 2 runs batted in. Seven 4 Salt Lake. In the Las Vegas bullpen, Justin Reed gets up. So it was Buchek for 3, Rowenhorst for 3, and now Wilhite. The pitch is low, ball 1 to Loney. Loney's last at bat in the 5th inning. He didn't do a force play, but it did score Delwyn Young. 1 ball, no strikes. And Wilhite gets ready. The 1-0 to Loney. Hey, it's a high chopper to second. Kendrick fields it on the grass, throws to first base, and he's out. The inning is over. Very high chopper. Kendrick from the fringe of the outfield grass got it and threw to first just ahead of Loney. So the 51s go out 1-2-3 in the 7th inning, which takes us to the 8th inning. It is Salt Lake 7, the 51s 4.
At Supercuts, we pride ourselves on listening to our customers, but there are exceptions.
So what are we thinking today, Todd?
Let's shave it, except leave the word Todd Rules in the back. You know, in hair.
I don't think so.
All right. But hey, all my friends pay like $100 for their haircuts, so would it be okay if I did the same?
Yeah, that's not really Supercuts policy.
Oh, I got one. This side leave long, the other side bald. We can call it the 2 sides of Todd.
Saving men from themselves. Supercuts. We know how it is.
JP the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Oh, Bob, are you still awake?
I can't breathe.
What's wrong?
My dark sinuses.
Oh, Bob.
Are you one of the millions like Bob who suffer from chronic sinus congestion? Now there's help from Carl's Jr. The new jalapeno burger is piled high with extra strength jalapeno peppers.
Put this in your mouth, Bob.
All right.
Jalapenos contain capsaicin, a chemical that creates a burning sensation so intense it clears congested mucous membrane fast.
I can breathe again.
Oh, Bob.
The new jalapeno burger at Carl's Jr. with pepper jack cheese and spicy Santa Fe sauce. Available in single, double, and for those really tough colds. Extra strength Angus beef $6 burger. The previous claims are completely bogus. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
We're back again at Cashman Field. Top of the 8th inning. Salt Lake trying to take one away from the 51s, who once led 4-1 as late as the 6th inning, but Salt Lake with 1 in the 6th and 5 in the 7th. And they now lead Las Vegas 7-4. Justin Reed, the tall righty, is the 4th Vegas pitcher of the game. So Giovanni Carrera goes 2/3 of an inning, and he bails the 51s out of the 7th inning out of further damage. Allows no runs or hits. He walked 1, no strikeouts. And Reed pitching to Adam Pavkovich, Ryan Buddy, and then Corey Myers. The pitch is low, ball 1, 1-0. Justin Reed, big windup and a 1-0 pitch. Pavkovich takes low. It is 2-0. Pavkovich, his single to right field with 1 on and 1 out in the 7th inning was the hit that finished Harold Eckert in this game. And that's when Osorio came in. The 2-0. A line drive foul outside third. Look out for that rocket over there. 2-1 to count. Ball hit right on the money, hooking foul. And it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Reed is 1-1 in 17 appearances, a 5.7 earned run average. He's 6'5", 210 pounds. And he'll be 29 in June. Pitch misses, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. The Giants beat Colorado 4-1. Matt Cain got the win to go to 3-5 over Josh Fogg, who's 3-3. Armando Benitez, his 3rd save. Fastball to pop up. Let's see what the wind does with this. Loney wants it on the grass, and Loney veers to his right and makes the catch. Good play by Loney. There's nothing routine in a ball hit that high now. Pavkovich is now 2 for 4 with that pop out. And a batter, Ryan Buddy, who has struck out twice, then in maybe the single biggest play of that 5-run 7th inning. He batted against Osorio when Osorio first entered the game in relief of Eckert. The count went to 1-1, and Osorio hit him on the left side. It was a bad omen for the 51s. Myers followed with a bloop RBI single, and Willits hit the 2-run double that put Salt Lake ahead. Buddy takes a strike. It's 0-1. The only game still going on, well, Houston-Pittsburgh, they got that marathon going on in the 17th inning, 7-7 the score. Fastball's inside, 1-1 to Buddy. And in the 8th inning, the Angels running away, leading Baltimore 9-1. Take a look and see if Jared Weaver's still in that game or not. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Buddy. Justin Reed to the motion. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And a breaking ball to strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch. It is 1-2. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake. And Las Vegas 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors to this point. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Ryan Buddy. Reed delivering. And there's a ground ball to second. Right there is Garcia. He grabs it, throws on to first base, and they're 2 gone. Buddy now 0 for 3 and hit by a pitch and scored. And here's Corey Myers, who pinch hit for Abel Nieves in the 6th against Osorio. Hit a little looper in the right for a single that drove in a run. And then stayed in the game to play third base. 2 outs, nobody on. Jared Weaver pitched 7 innings and did beautifully. No runs, 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts through 95 pitches, and was relieved by Kevin Gregg, who pitched the 8th and gave up a run. There's ball 1 to Myers, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Corey Myers. Eckert, Osoria, Carrera, and now Reed. Nice breaking ball. Falls in for a strike. It is a ball and a strike on Myers. In the Las Vegas 8th, they'll have Garcia, Weber, and Meadows due up. And then Bellarine to hit 4th if they get that far. Salt Lake has used Buchek, Ruwenhorst, and Wilhite. Wilhite most certainly will pitch the 8th inning. This will be a 1-1 pitch to Corey Myers. Fastball is low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. With the Dodgers winning today over Washington in Washington 3-1, here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside 3-1. But there's some concern now with the Dodgers with regard to injury. Jeff Kent hurt his wrist. Don't know exactly how bad it is. Might not know till tomorrow at the earliest. 3-1. That's foul over the press box, 3-2. But Kent, unfortunately, hurt. He was just starting to get hot. The month of April, Kent had a bad batting average. He was hitting a lot of balls hard that were at people. But the bottom line is he was hitting about 180 the first week of May. But he kicked his average up near 260 because of some tremendously hot hitting over the last 3 weeks. 3-2 pitch. Myers hits a liner to third, caught by Guzman, and the inning is over. Salt Lake out in order in the 8th, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Salt Lake 7, the 51's 4.
To whom it may concern, there comes a day when, frankly, the sun is too perfect, and the friends call, and the coolers scream for the bright, crisp, clean taste of Budweiser. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Vegas clones, what is up? Catch me weekdays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
If music was black and white, what would it sound like? But add a little color to it and... You can hear and see the difference. Now let's apply this to, say, advertising. Classified advertising. What does your ad sound like? This? Or this? See, adding a little color can make your R.J. Sun classified ad really sing out. For just a little more, we'll add some real color to your ad. You will see and hear the difference. Call 383-0383. Expect more, get more out of your classified ad.
Call 383-0383 to place your R.J. Sun classified ad. 0383. 383-0383.
Special auto insurance report for Las Vegas 51 fans.
Special agent, proceed.
When you get your fast free quote from Esurance, you can also view comparisons from other companies.
That way, how much you save at Esurance is no secret.
That's right. And with 24/7 customer service and claims handling, you can get help from people who make auto insurance feel a little less alien to you.
How can someone get their fast free quote from Esurance?
It's definitely not an undisclosed location. All you have to do is visit Esurance.com.
Auto insurance is out of this world.
Welcome back again, my friends, to Cashman Field. Bottom of the 8th, Salt Lake leading 7-4. Sergio Garcia leads off. He shows bunt and takes a slider down and away from Matt Wilhite, who's in for his second inning of work. And Wilhite worked a perfect 7th inning. Garcia 1 for 3 with a single. He tries to bunt, and he left it in the mid of Mathis. Strike 1. 1-1 is the count. Garcia's hit into a double play. Single little run and stole the base in the 3rd, and flat out to center in the 5th. Bottom of the 8th inning. 7-4. Salt Lake leading it as they try to even up this series. Here's a 1-1. Garcia takes it. Breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. Well, the 51's got a run in the 1st inning on a single, a sacrifice, a walk, and 2 more singles, but they had the bases loaded with 1 out, and Garcia hit into a double play to finish the inning. There's a check swing ground ball foul outside first, and it was a good 1-2 slider snapping away from Garcia, and he checked his swing and stayed alive with a 1-2 count. In the second, with one out, singles by Meadows and Bellarine put a couple of men on, and Duncan singled in Meadows. And the 51s looked like they were poised to score more, but Wilson Valdez hit into a double play. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Garcia takes a slider low. It's 2-2. Then in the third, Delwyn Young opened with a single, but Guzman hit into a double play, which proved even bigger because Loney followed with a double and scored on a single by Garcia. So without the double play, the 51s might have scored more than one that they got in the third. Garcia tried to hold up on a low pitch. He went way around. Strike three. First strikeout for Wilhite. Garcia 1 for 4. One out for John Weber, who's flied out to left, flied out to center, and lined out to third in a diving play by Adam Pavkovich, who at the time was playing third and is now playing short. That came in the fifth inning. Okay. And there's a fly ball on the left field side, fouled and out of play. Strike one to Weber. 7-4 Salt Lake in the bottom of the eighth inning. French drinking milk 3 times a day supplies the calcium and other vitamins you need. Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert since 1907. 0-1 the count to Weber. Titus Meadows is on deck. The pitch from Wilhite. As a ground ball to second. To his left is Kendrick. He's got this one. Sidearm toss over to first base. 2 down. And Titus Meadows will come up. Tommy Murphy began the season with Salt Lake as an outfielder. Was called up, and he just hit his first big league home run. He and Kendry Morales, another former Salt Lake Bee, have homered in that game in Anaheim. 10-1 Angels in the ninth inning. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, they're still going at it. I guess that's why they make power bars and caffeine. They're in the 18th inning. Houston and Pittsburgh are tied at 7. Meadows takes a strike, 0-1. Meadows has singled and scored, reached on an error, and grounded out to short. Las Vegas right-handed hitting DH is 1 for 3. The 0-1, and he's nearly hit at the knees by that fastball. Backed him way off inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Titus Meadows. Wilhite looking sharp. He's retired all 5, and nobody's hit the ball out of the infield. He swings and rolls one foul back to the backstop. 1-2. 7-4 Salt Lake. 51s have out-hit Salt Lake 11-9. Harold Eckert pitched very well. Allowed a solo home run to Nick Gorneau in the 4th inning, and then allowed a run in the 6th inning. Got out of further trouble. Meadows takes low and outside, 2-2. But in the 7th, Mathis singled, and after Elwood flied out, Pavkovich singled. That was all for Eckert. Osorio came in and hit the catcher Ryan Buddy to load the bases. And the pitch is low. Osorio really struggled with his command. A bloop single by Myers to right scored a run. And then Reggie Willits hit a rocket into the right field corner for a 2-run double, which gave Salt Lake a 5-4 lead. Curtis Pride was intentionally walked, but then Howie Kendrick was hit by a pitch. That forced in another run. And Giovanni Carrera came in and got Nick Gorneau to ground up, but that got yet another run in. Slider is swing and a miss. Meadows strikes out. The inning is over. 51s go quietly here in the bottom half of the 8th inning as Wilhite looking very sharp. 6 up and 6 down with a couple of strikeouts. To the 9th inning we go. Salt Lake 7, the 51s 4.
IntelliBed is proud to be a sponsor of the Las Vegas 51. With the 21st century breakthrough called IntelliGel, IntelliBed is able to provide a level and quality of sleep that is unlike any other. Mention that you're a 51 fan, and you'll receive $400 in free accessories with any mattress purchase. Visit any one of 3 Las Vegas area IntelliBed stores in Summerlin, Henderson, or Green Valley, or find them online at IntelliBed.com.
Planning on vacationing with a family on a road trip? Let the outstanding GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert GMC Buick help you to get out of town, not into trouble. Desert GMC Buick has been rated #1 in customer service satisfaction in Nevada with the latest diagnostic equipment, GM-certified technicians, and genuine GM parts. So be sure your car is ready for that out-of-town trip. Come visit your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert GMC Buick at 6400 West Sahara in Las Vegas. Great service is something to be thankful for, and you'll find it at Desert GMC Buick.
Chris Myers, weekdays at 3, only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
You like that? That's the sound of speed waiting to be unleashed. you can get the same feeling with Cox High-Speed Internet. Currently unleashing blazing fast speeds of up to 5 megs. That's up to 90 times faster. It's no wonder Cox High-Speed Internet was ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So you think you're ready for Cox High-Speed Internet? Get it today for as low as $29.99 a month. Call 933-9854. That's 933-9854. For J.D. Power and Associates, for more information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time introductory offer. Prescription supplies. Call for details.
Well, a happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Top of the ninth inning. Las Vegas won last night 8-5 in the opener of this series with a very good Salt Lake team. And the 51s had a 4-1 lead after 5 and a 4-2 lead after 6. But Salt Lake putting together a big inning in the 7th to score 5 times. And they have a 7-4 lead in the Salt Lake pitching tonight, which looked like it might have a bit of a problem because their ace, Jared Weaver, who was supposed to start this game, was called up to the big leagues. So they had to go with kind of a bullpen situation with Chris Buchek, Jonathan Rowenhorst, and Matt Wilhite, but they've done well enough. And it kept the 51s relatively quiet, especially the second half of the ball game. Salt Lake now has a 3-run lead. And meanwhile, Justin Reed takes the mound. We go now to the 9th inning. Reggie Willits will lead it off, and then Curtis Pride and Howie Kendrick, the top 3. Here's the pitch to Willits. Fastball, he swings and fouls it off to the left out of play. Strike 1, 0-1. Willits has walked, struck out, singled and scored, and then doubled in 2 runs and scored in the middle of that big 5-run 7th. That was the double that gave Salt Lake a lead, and they're 3 outs away from evening up this series. Here's the 0-1 to Reggie Willits. Fastball's up and away. It is 1-1. We're talking before about the Dodgers injury situation. We'll know probably tomorrow how bad the wrist injury to Jeff Kent is and what it might mean as far as any possible moves. Don't know as of now. But Kent hurt the wrist today in Washington. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Willits. Tie, 2-1. The other injury is some right shoulder soreness being experienced now by J.D. Drew. Here's the pitch to Willits. He shows bunt, takes ball 3, 3-1. I'll have to wait and see what that might mean. What the Dodgers will decide to do there. 3-1 on Willits. Here's the windup and a 3-1 pitch. A line drive past the leaping Guzman on the left for a base hit. Reggie Willits is on base for the 4th time. Delwin Young gets the ball back in. So Reggie Willits, a busy man, gets another base hit, and the batter's Curtis Pride. Pride has hit into a double play, grounded out, doubled in a run, and was intentionally walked in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 3. In the Las Vegas 9th, they'll have Edwin Bellarine, Jeff Duncan, and Wilson Valdez, with Delwin Young due up 4th. The pitch, a late swing and a miss by Pride at a fastball, 0-1. Meanwhile, one of the biggest stories in baseball continues to be the Detroit Tigers, who won again today at home over Cleveland 3-1. And the rookie right-hander Justin Verlander went 7 impressive innings to beat Paul Byrd, the former Angel. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball is a strike, and it's 0-2. It was the Tigers' 15th win in their last 16 games. Detroit has the best record in the major leagues, 35-14. Oh, 0-2 on Pride. Justin Verlander is now 7-3. Throw to first base and in there safely is Willits. Verlander's got a great arm. I had a chance to see him in spring training. And he had 20 consecutive innings without giving up a run until Grady Sizemore hit a home run for the Indians. Here's the 0-2 from Justin Reed. And it's a little outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And you got an interesting bullpen there in Detroit also. Got Fernando Rodney and Joel Zamaya both throwing in the mid to upper 90s. Here's the 1-2 pitch up and away, 2-2. And you got Todd Jones with his off-speed stuff to give the teams a different look. Get the makings of a pretty good club. Next couple of weeks will be interesting for the Tigers. They've got a lot of tough tasks ahead. Yankees, Red Sox, White Sox, all on the ledger for Detroit in the coming weeks. 2-2 pitch coming up to Curtis Pride. 3 deals, and it's up and away. 3-2. Howie Kendrick is on deck. 7-4 Salt Lake in the top of the 9th inning. So Harold Eckert, another good outing, but he'll be given the no decision. Here's a 3-2 pitch. The runner goes, and the fastball's foul back. So 3-2 on Curtis Pride. Three and 2. So we'll reset now. Willis back to first base. Reed up top. Bellarine setting up a target for him as Pride just getting himself set to hit again. A right-hander has been throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. Throw to first base, and back in there standing up is Willits. Willits was running on the last 3-2 pitch, which was fouled off. For the Dodgers, they return to the formula that has served them pretty well lately. Good pitching, pretty good defense. The runner goes, the pitch is high, ball forward to Curtis Pride, 2 on, nobody out. And Nomar Garciaparra got another clutch hit today in their win over the Washington Nationals. So a single by Willits and a walk to Pride. 2 on, nobody out. And the batter, Howie Kendrick, who was 0 for 3, but he was hit by a pitch by Osorio in the 7th inning, which forced in a run. Derek Lowe gave up 1 run over 7 innings, and Garciaparra singled in the tie-breaking run in the 8th inning. The pitch is low, ball 1 to Kendrick, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch from Reed. Kendrick takes it inside, ball 2. And home plate jumping around a little bit on Justin Reed. 2 balls and no strikes. Willis at second, Pride at first, nobody out, top of the 9th inning. And the powerful Nick Gorneau waiting on deck. 2-0 on Howie Kendrick. Breaking ball, that's a strike, 2-1. Kenny Lofton played today, was 1 for 2 with an RBI, but there have been some concerns also about his hamstring, which is kind of a day-to-day proposition. Jeff Kent was 0 for 1, but Oscar Robles played most of the game at second base after Kent got hurt. The runners go. Reed steps off the rubber and runs toward third. Flips it to Guzman, who runs it toward second. Guzman tags out Willits. On the plate, Pride takes second, and there is 1 out. It was a double steal attempt, but the runners, especially Willits, broke too soon. Reed simply stepped off the rubber and ran down Willits, flipped it to Guzman, who tagged him out. It's a caught stealing. 1-5. Pride goes to second base. The trail man, that's a fielder's choice. So 1 out, Pride at second, and here's Howie Kendrick waiting on the 2-1 pitch now from Reed. Here it comes. Slow breaking ball. That's a strike in the inside corner. It's 2-2. Rafael Furcal was 3 for 5 for the Dodgers today. And Nomar Garciaparra is hitting .361. Russell Martin was 1 for 3. He's hitting .306. Reed steps off the rubber and fakes a throw to second base. Pride back to the bag. 7-4 Salt Lake. 1 out in the top of the 9th. The 2-2 to Kendrick. Reed delivers. Fastball way up high around the shoulders. It's 3-2. So Lowe went 7. Danny Baez went a scoreless inning. And then Takashi Saito finished for his second save. Breaking ball lined to short, and it's off the glove of Valdez into left field. Young picks it up, and will run it back in. I think Valdez might have been thinking about throwing to second base to try to double off Pride before he had the ball. That's a ball he's going to catch 99 times out of 100. That is an error on Wilson Valdez. A rare error on Valdez. So Kendrick the line drive, but it was right at Valdez. And Valdez draws the error. So 2 on with 1 out, and here's Nick Gorneau, who has struck out, homered, grounded out, and then drove in a run with his ground out in the 7th. Fastball, that's a strike. It's 0-1. Jeff Kent said he hurt the wrist while swinging at a pitch. And the thinking is he won't play tomorrow, and it'll be day-to-day after that. Reed steps off and looks Pride back to the bag at second. Here's the 0-1 to Gorneau. Fastball, that's a strike right at the knees. Good pitch. And Reed ahead of Gorneau, 2 strikes now. Sean Hill made a start for Washington, took the loss, but he did a nice job. He was considered a top prospect before he had arm surgery, which caused him to miss all of last year. It's nice when a player has been out for a long time and is able to come back. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, a chopper towards short, charged by Valdez. He gloves on the run on the grass, throws to first base and gets him. Gorneau, a slow bouncer to short. That's the 2nd out. Pride goes to 3rd. Kendrick goes to 2nd. 2 outs for Jeff Mathis. Mathis is 2 for 3, 2 singles. He opened up that 7th inning with a single off of Eckert and later scored on the base hit by Corey Myers. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. And the pitch. And the fastball's inside of Mathis, ball 1. 1-0. Mention Russell Martin, and just for the sake of the numbers, the Dodgers are 16-2 when he starts behind the plate. There's a soft looper back at second off the glove of Garcia into right field. 2-run score, and it's now 9-4 in favor of Salt Lake. 51s pay the price for the error on the liner by Kendrick. A soft looper by Mathis. Garcia backed up. He reached up, and it went off the end of his mitt. It is a 2-run single for Jeff Mathis. And now, the Salt Lake team at one point down 4-1. They've scored 8 unanswered runs, and they lead 9-4. So it started off well for the 51s, but it has not gone well since the 6th. Not at all. Here's Elwood. He takes a strike, 0-1. For the inning, a single by Willits. Pride walked. Willits caught stealing when he broke too soon from second. As a breaking ball, Edwards swings and misses. It's 0-2. So the 51s had 1 out, and Pride was at second base. Kendrick's line drive was misplayed by Valdez for an error. Gorneau grounded out, and Mathis looper off the glove of Garcia for 2 runs. Fastball is high, 1-2. The runs are unearned, but it hardly matters to the 51s at this point. And Elwood, who is 0 for 4, up with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 9-4 Salt Lake now. The pitch. Breaking ball is outside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Reed set. Mathis off first. Fastball foul back. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Mathis just got his 3rd straight hit. And the 2 RBIs now give him 14. .12:05 start tomorrow. Here's the 2-2. Elwood hits a high foul back out of play on an off-speed pitch. He was swinging off his front foot. And it stays 2-2. In the Salt Lake bullpen, the right-hander who's throwing it's number 26, Jason Bolger, former Arizona Diamondback. 2-2. And a breaking ball. He tried to hold up. He went around. Strike 3. Elwood is saying to the plate umpire, why don't you ask for help? But the call has been made. The strikeout is complete. The inning is over. 2 runs for the Salt Lake Bees on 2 hits, 1 large error, and 1 left. And we now go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Salt Lake 9, the 51s 4. Hello. Yes. Yes, we are. Don't worry about anybody pounding on the door, Armando. Just, do what you have to do here first. This comes first. Okay? I mean, if they're cut and bleeding.
This country is in our heart. For all you need, this country is here for you. This country knows what's real. They share just what I feel. They're here for you and me. This is our country.
Let's face it, insurance is confusing. If you're like most people, you have more questions than answers. So when you talk to someone at Country Insurance and Financial Services, you'll get straightforward answers and assistance. At Country, it's not just talking about service. It's about knowing the people you serve.
They're here for you and me. This is our country.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field. Bottom of the ninth. Salt Lake running away and hiding now. They lead 9-4 over the 51s. The new pitcher, Jason Bolger, delivers a breaking ball outside to Edwin Bellarine. So Chris Buchek, Jonathan Rowenhorst, Matt Wilhite, 2 perfect innings. He looked very sharp. Nobody hit the ball out of the infield off Wilhite. He struck out 2 of the 6 that he faced. And the pitch from Bolger nearly hit Bellarine. Way up and in with that pitch. 2-0. Bolger throws pretty hard. He is 6'4", 215. 27 years old, out of Snellville, Georgia. Bolger has been terrific for Salt Lake, a 1.37 earned run average. Fastball missing at 3-0. He is 1-1. This is his 16th game all out of the bullpen. Got 3 saves and 4 chances and 27 strikeouts in 19 2/3 innings. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Bellarine. He takes a strike. Bellarine 1 for 3 with a single back in the second. The good news for the 51s, second place Tucson lost to Fresno 5-1. Fresno's won 6 in a row. There's a foul ball over the press box, 3-2. 51s began the night in first place, half a game up on Tucson. Brian Cooper got the win in that game over Terry Mulholland. He's making that start for Tucson. Justin Knaler homered to help the Grizzlies get another win. 3-2 to Bellarine. Breaking ball is outside, ball 4. That's the first base run of the 51s they've had since the 6th inning. And the batter, Jeff Duncan, has been on base 3 times. He has singled and scored, single in a run, reached on a fielder's choice and stole second, and reached on a throwing error by shortstop Abel Nieves in the 6th. So he's 2 for 4. Got 5 hits in the series already. Each team has 11 hits, but Salt Lake has taken command of the game since a 5-run 7th inning gave them the lead. They got 2 more in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Jeff Duncan. He looks at a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. On the postgame show, we'll have all the scores in the big leagues and the PCL. All part of the postgame show, and we'll recap this game as well. Here's the 0-1 to Duncan from Bolger. Fastball fouled off to the left. That goes sailing back into the seats. 2 quick strikes on Jeff Duncan. Wilson Valdez on deck, and then Delwyn Young to follow. Bellarmine, a very short lead off first base. And here's the stretch, the 0-2 pitch now. Breaking ball, a ground ball, base hit left field. Pride comes in to scoop it up. And Bellarmine jogs to second and stops there. So the 51's trying to make some ninth inning noise. A walk and a single. Jeff Duncan having a great series. 3 hits last night, 3 hits tonight. He just took that outside pitch and went right with it. 2 on, nobody out. Many of the fans have left. Suddenly it's gotten kind of cool. This feels weird. It was 100 degrees here not long ago. And wind whipping around. Good night to be giving out those fleece blankets, I'll tell you that. A little chilly. 2 on, no one out for Valdez, who was 0 for 3 plus a sacrifice bunt. He grounded out just short in the 6th in his last at bat. That was against Jonathan Ruenhorst. The 2 runs that the Salt Lake Bees got in the 9th inning are looming slightly larger now. Fastball's low, ball 1. Were it not for those 2 runs, Valdez would be up there representing the tying run. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Bulger holds the ball behind his back, now steps off the rubber. 1-0. Now the stretch by Jason Bulger and the 1-0 pitch to Valdez. Fastball lifted foul to the right. That goes fading back out of play. Good fastball. Valdez was late on the pitch. 1-1. 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake. 51s had actually out-hit Salt Lake. 4 runs, 12 hits, and an error. They trail by 5. Quite a hill to climb in the ninth. 2 on, nobody out. 1-1 to Valdez. Bulger's pitch. He lays a bunt down up the third baseline. Picked up by Mathis, who throws to first in time to get Valdez. On the play, Bellarmine takes third, and Duncan takes second. There is 1 out. The batter is Delwyn Young. Young tonight has walked, had an infield single. He doubled off the center field wall in the 5th and scored, and fouled out in the 7th. He's 2 for 3. So Valdez trying for the bunt single. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball and this low ball 1. 1-0. One ball and no strikes on Young. The stretch and Bulger's pitch. Fastball, a late strike call, 1-1. On that bunt by Valdez, it is simply a put out at first base, no sacrifice. Bellarmine at third, Duncan at second, 1 out. A 9-4 lead for Salt Lake as they are trying to seal this one up and get even in the series. And now Bulger wants Mathis to go out there and chat with him. Sacramento and Portland were rained out. And so 51s, if they do lose this game, and they're down by 5 runs in the 9th inning, will stay half a game up on Tucson. They'll be 3 up on Sacramento, and they'll be 5 ahead of Fresno, winners of 6 straight. So the division is fairly tight. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Delwyn Young. Bulger's pitch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 2. 2-1. 9-4 Salt Lake. 1 out in the home half of the 9th inning. Joel Guzman looms on deck. 2-1 to Young, hitting .307. Second and third, 1 out. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball's lifted foul to the left. That's back out of play. Strike 2. 2-2. Las Vegas 51's baseball, brought to you in part by Carl's Jr., with 25 convenient locations throughout southern Nevada. 2-2 on Young. Bulger check signs again. Now the tall righty straightens up from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. He swings at a splitter and fouls it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count remains. Young looking straight down, getting back in, wearing number 13. Bellarine at third, Duncan at second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bolger gets set. And the 2-2. Breaking ball. He swings and fouls it at the plate. That was a slider, and Young got a little piece of it with a one-handed cut, a defensive kind of swing just to stay alive, which he did. 2-2. Two and two. Bolger set again. Another 2-2 to Young. Fastball. He swings and fouls that one back. So Young a good at bat to this point. Really making Bolger work here. Don't forget tomorrow at 12:05. Righty William Juarez takes him out for Las Vegas against lefty Nathan Bland for Salt Lake. Then Monday, Memorial Day, also a 12:05 start. 2 lefties, Eric Stoltz for Las Vegas, Joe Saunders for Salt Lake. One of the top left-handed starters in the league. 2-2 to Young again. A ground ball to second. There to pick it up is Kendrick, and he throws on to first to get Young. On the play, Bellarine scores. Duncan takes third, and Salt Lake now leads by a score 9-5. So 2 outs, which at this point, Salt Lake cheerfully accepting that trade-off, and out for a run here. 2 down. Young collects the RBI. The runner at third base is Duncan, and the batter's Guzman, who's 2 for 4. With 2 singles. He grounded out to short-facing Wilhite in the 7th his last time around. And there's a shattered bat looper back a short into center, a base hit. In to score on the play is Duncan. Willis picks it all up and lobs it back in. It's now 9-6 in favor of Salt Lake on a broken bat RBI single by Joel Guzman, who now has a team-high 31 RBIs. The 51s at this point can only wince because of the runs that Salt Lake got on the top of this inning. Otherwise, it's a 1-run game with James Loney coming up. But that's the way the ball has bounced for them in this game. 9-6 Salt Lake. Bolger still trying to get the last out as he faces Loney, who has singled in a run, doubled and scored, grounded into a force play to get a run in, and grounded out to second. He's 2 for 4. The pitch. Fastball's low, ball 1. Now, if Loney gets on base, Sergio Garcia would come up representing the tying run. 1-0. Guzman at first base with his 13th Las Vegas hit. The pitch. Line drive to short, caught by Pavkovich, and the game is over. Loney hit a missile right at Pavkovich. But this one is history. Las Vegas gets 2 runs in the 9th inning on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And the final score tonight, Salt Lake 9 and a 51-6. Back with the totals right after this.
Sahara RV Center is your RV headquarters for parts, service, sales, and motorhome rentals. Sahara RV Centers has rentals from only $500 per week per vehicle. Instead of worrying about hotel stays and restaurants during your next vacation, have Sahara RV Centers set you up with your very own motorhome rental, and you can travel in style and in comfort. So enjoy the great outdoors in your home rental from Sahara RV Center on Sahara, just off Highland Avenue near the I-15.
Brace yourself and your General Motors vehicle for summer with a visit to the excellent GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert Pontiac GMC Buick. Desert Pontiac GMC Buick's factory-trained air conditioning specialist will check your condenser and coolant level, adjust your drive belts, inspect your clamps and hoses, check Freon, test your system pressure, and check for leaks. Take no chances. Come see your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert Pontiac GMC Buick in the Valley Auto Mall at 330 North Gibson Road in Henderson. It's good to know it's Goodwrench.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
If you think about it, you can finish off every 51's game this season with a triple play. A hot, juicy double-double, fresh, crisp fries, and a cold, thick ice cream shake. There's no other combination quite like it. Stop by any of the 7 In-N-Out locations throughout Vegas for your very own taste. To find a location near you, call 1-800-786-1000. In-N-Out is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas 51s, as well as the hungry fans like you that support them.
Welcome back again, my friends. We're here at Cashman Field, and Salt Lake evens up the series tonight with a 9-6 triumph over the 51s. And so, 51s have split 2 against a very good Salt Lake team in this series. Salt Lake victorious to go to 29-19, and the 51s have won 5 of 9 against Salt Lake overall for the year. And the Bees, with 9 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors, left 6 men on base. Las Vegas now 27-22, 6 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. They left 8 men on base. Winning pitcher Jonathan Ruhenhorst improves to 2-4 on the year. The losing pitcher for the Las Vegas 51s, Frankelis Osorio, is 0-1. As far as home runs go, the Salt Lake Bees had a solo home run by Nick Gorneau in the 4th inning, his 7th home run of the season. That was it as far as home runs, despite the fact the wind was howling out all night. Crowd of 8,923 paid to see the game, and the time 3 hours and 9 minutes for the time of tonight's game, the second game of this series. Tomorrow, a 12:05 first pitch, 11:50 for the pregame show. By the way, Eric Gagne has agreed to join us for the pregame show on Monday, which is the next time Gagne will pitch. He didn't pitch today. He won't pitch tomorrow, but he'll pitch on Monday, Memorial Day, the 12:05 game, and he's agreed to be our pregame guest for that day. I want to thank DJ Holton, in the meantime, for being our pregame guest for today's game. DJ Holton was the winning pitcher last night as the 51s won 8-5 to open up this particular series. Before we go to the break, we're going to go to the Tony Roma scoreboard as far as the Pacific Coast League is concerned in just a moment. But again, I want to remind you that after the Memorial Day game, the Sacramento River Cats, always an interesting matchup. They will come into town on Tuesday for a 4-game series. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All those games will start at 7:05. And don't forget, Thursday is Budweiser Dollar Beer Night here at Cashman Field, and we invite you to join us for that. Tony Roma scores. First of all, in the PCL, Memphis swept the doubleheader from Omaha, winning by scores of 6-5 and 4-3. And it was New Orleans beating up on Oklahoma down in the Big Easy, 17-2 to final there. Iowa got by Nashville 3-2. Tacoma beat Colorado Springs 10-6. It was Albuquerque over Round Rock by a score of 4-3. And Sacramento and Portland rained out. Mentioned that Fresno beat Tucson by a score of 5-1. So come tomorrow, the 51 still in first place in the Pacific South, half a game up on Tucson before Game 3 of this series with the Salt Lake Bees. We're going to break and come back and wrap it up with the big league scores and a look at this ball game in closer detail right after this.
Special auto insurance report for Las Vegas 51 fans.
Special agent, proceed.
When you get your fast free quote from Esurance, you can also view comparisons from other companies.
That way, how much you save at Esurance is no secret.
That's right. And with 24/7 customer service and claims handling, you can get help from people who make auto insurance feel a little less alien to you.
How can someone get their fast free quote from Esurance?
It's definitely not an undisclosed location. All you have to do is visit esurance.com.
Auto insurance is the fastest world.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Nick, didn't we just cut your hair yesterday?
Yeah. Remember when you said my Supercuts haircut would help me get noticed by women?
Uh-huh.
It worked a little too well.
You are my swoopy-woopy.
Please, I'd like to introduce you to my Supercuts stylist, Tina. Tina, this is Barbara.
Brenda, hey. And I'm so excited to meet the woman who makes my special guy look so cute.
I can't breathe.
Supercuts is quick, right?
We're fast.
Because I can't stand to be away from my poopykins.
Kill me, please.
Supercuts. We know how it is.
Welcome back to Cashman Field, and the post-game show continues now. Salt Lake comes from behind to beat the 51s by a score of 9-6 tonight. So the teams have swapped wins in the first 2 games of this particular series. And here in this ballpark, Las Vegas has managed 4 wins and 2 losses against the Salt Lake team. And they'll play 2 more games here. 51s will play 5 games in Salt Lake to make up for a rainout back on May 4th when they went to Franklin Covey Field. And then that will conclude the head-to-head meetings. But these are 2 good ball clubs, and the Angels and Dodgers at the AAA level, a lot of prospects, a lot of talent, and a lot of interesting play. Tonight, 51s scored a lot of runs early, but they also hit into 3 double plays in the first 3 innings, and that would end up costing them to a degree later on. In the first inning, Jeff Duncan singled off Chris Buchek, was sacrificed to second by Wilson Valdez, and after a walk to Delwyn Young, Joel Guzman had an infield single on an 0-2 pitch that loaded him up. James Loney singled to right to score Duncan to make it 1-0, and then Sergio Garcia wrapped into a 6-4 3-inning-ending double play, and the 51s had to settle for 1 in the first. In the second, with 1 out, Titus Meadows and Edwin Bellarine had singles against Buchek. Then Jeff Duncan singled to score Meadows and made it 2-0, but then Wilson Valdez hit into an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. It was 2-0 Las Vegas at the end of 2. In the third, Delwyn Young opened the inning with an infield single, but then Joel Guzman hit into maybe the most expensive double play of the night for the 51s, around the horn 5-4-3. Expensive because James Loney then followed with a double and scored in a single by Sergio Garcia. So if you take the double play out of the equation, the 51s might have had a pretty big inning there going in the third, but they had to settle again for 1 run and led 3-0 at the end of 3. Harold Eckert was very sharp in the first 3 innings. In the fourth inning with 2 out, Nick Gorneau reached him for an opposite field home run over the fence in right field, his 7th of the year. But Eckert continued to pitch well through the 5th and into the 6th, where he gave up a run on a infield single by Reggie Willits with 1 out, and he scored on a double by Curtis Pride, but Eckert worked out of further trouble getting Howie Kendrick to fly out and Nick Gorneau to ground out, and at the end of 6, Las Vegas held a 4-1 lead. But in the 7th inning, that's when the Bees really made it happen. Eckert was in there to begin the inning. Mathis singled, Elward flied out, then Adam Pavkovich singled to right, putting runners at first and second with 1 out, and out of the bullpen came Frankelos Osoria, but Osoria didn't have it. On a 1-1 pitch, he hit the number 8 hitter, hitting 184, Ryan Buddy, who had struck out in his first 2 at-bats, and that hit batsman would be a harbinger of things to come in the inning. Pinch hitter Corey Myers hit a bloop single to right to knock in 1 run, then Reggie Willits doubled to the right field corner, knocking in Pavkovich and Ryan Buddy. That gave Salt Lake a 5-4 lead, a lead they would not relinquish. After an intentional walk to Curtis Pride with a base open, loaded the bases, Howie Kendrick was hit by a pitch, so Osoria was all over the place with his command. That forced in another run. Giovanni Carrara came out of the bullpen, then got Nick Gorneau to ground out. That get yet another run in before he finally was able to extinguish the Bees in the inning. And in the inning of 5 runs crossed the plate, the Bees led at that point by a score of 7-4. The Bees got 2 more runs in the 9th inning to make it 9-4. They were unearned runs against Justin Reed when Reggie Willits singled. Curtis Pride walked. Willits tried to steal third as part of a double steal, but Reed stepped off the rubber, ran him down, tossed it to Guzman, who tagged him out, and Pride went to second on that. Then a big play. Howie Kendrick, a line drive, and it was right at Wilson Valdez, but he misplayed it for an error. It looked like Valdez might have been thinking about throwing to Garcia after catching the ball to try to get Pride at second base and double him off, and the ball went off his glove. A rare error by an excellent shortstop, Valdez, but it turned out to be a costly one. Gorneau's ground out moved the runners up, and with 2 outs, a bloop single off the glove of Sergio Garcia in the right center off the bat of Jeff Mathis. His 3rd hit brought in those 2 unearned runs, and the Bees had a 9-4 cushion. 51s fought back in the 9th against Jason Bolger when Edwin Bellarine walked and Jeff Duncan singled. Wilson Valdez, a bunt trying for a base hit. He was thrown out by Jeff Mathis, the catcher, on a good play to put runners at second with 1 out. Delwyn Young's ground out to second plated Bellarine, and then Joel Guzman, a broken bat single to center, knocked in Duncan. That made it 9-6. Up came James Loney with Sergio Garcia on the on-deck circle, and he was representing the tying run at that point on deck. Loney's line drive was hit right at Adam Pavkovich at short to complete the game, though, and Salt Lake wins by a score of 9-6 to forge a tie in this series, 1 up and 1 down for each club. Now, let's check the Tony Roma scores on the big league board. First of all, in the National League, the Chicago Cubs, playing at home, lost a tough one. The Cubs racked up 10 hits, but lost to Atlanta 2-1. Ramirez over Sean Marshall, Remlinger the save at Wrigley Field. At RFK Stadium, the Dodgers beat Washington by a score of 3-1. Derek Lowe got the win over Mike Stanton. Takashi Saito with the save, no home runs in D.C. But again, the Dodgers with some injury concerns. Jeff Kent hurt his wrist swinging a bat, and we won't know till tomorrow how long he'll be out. J.D. Drew's got a sore shoulder. And again,
Not quite sure what that might mean as far as a possible roster move involving the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Las Vegas 51s, or maybe the Double-A Jacksonville team. Who knows? The Dodgers have called up several youngsters, and the good news from the Dodgers standpoint is to this point, they've all performed well. The Mets won at Florida 7-4. Glavine, his 8th win over Dontrelle Willis. Billy Wagner the save. Castro homering for the Mets. Borchard for the Marlins. In San Diego, the Cardinals edged the Padres 4-3 despite being out-hit 13-7. Ponson, the winner over Park. Isringhausen, his 16th save. Giles and Bellhorn going deep for the Padres at Petco Park. In Cincinnati, the Diamondbacks continue to get excellent pitching. They blanked the Reds again, this time 7-0. Cruz over Harang. Orlando Hudson, a superior defensive second baseman, chipped in with a home run for the Diamondbacks, his first of the year. They went, well, the makings of a doubleheader in Pittsburgh, a total of 18 innings. Then the Pirates finally outlasted Houston 8-7. Santos over Gallo, Bay, Burnitz, and Castillo homered for Pittsburgh in their marathon win at home over the Astros. Milwaukee beat the Phillies 9-6. Wise over Franklin. Turnbow with a save. Lee, Weeks, and Hall all homering for Milwaukee. Rollins and Howard for the Phillies in Philadelphia. The Giants at home beat the Rockies 4-1. Kane over Fogg. Benitez has saved no home runs for anybody, including Barry, in that ball game, who remained stuck at 7-14. The Angels got a great pitching matchup from the guy who was supposed to pitch in Las Vegas tonight against the 51s, Jared Weaver. 7 strong innings for his first big league win. And the Angels beat the Orioles 10-1. Eric Bedard took the loss. Salmon, Morales, and Tommy Murphy all homering for the Angels in Anaheim. Oakland beat Texas 6-3. Zito over Lowe. Street to save Nevin, a home run for Texas. In the Metrodome, the Angels beat Seattle 9-5. Bonzer over Moyer. Rincon to save. Ibanez homering for Seattle. Kadire and Castro for the Twins. Detroit at home knocked off Cleveland 3-1. Verlander over Bird. The Tigers have the best record in baseball. Jones with the save. Ordonez homering for Detroit. Grady Sizemore for Cleveland. Boston beat Tampa Bay 6-4. Schilling over McClung. And no home runs at Fenway, but the Red Sox got yet another save from their 25-year-old closer, Jonathan Papelbon, who leads the major leagues. That was his 18th save of the 2006 season as the Red Sox win at home over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays today at Fenway Park. In Toronto in 11, the Blue Jays edged the White Sox 3-2. Schoenweiss over Nelson. Hillenbrand homering for Toronto. And the Yankees got even in their series with Kansas City in a big way. In the Bronx, 15-4. Wong over Affeldt. A-Rod hit 2. Kelly Stinnett hit his first in a Yankee uniform. Want to give thanks to my studio producer, Armando Vasquez, and thanks to all of you, very sincerely, for tuning into the 51s this evening. Until tomorrow at 12:05 for the first pitch, 11:50 for the pregame show here at Fox Sports Radio 1460. This is Russ Langer, wishing you all a very fine evening from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, where tonight the Salt Lake Bees came from behind to defeat the Las Vegas 51s 9-6. Good night.
You've been listening to Las Vegas 51s Baseball on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51s Baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Golden Nugget, Cox Communications, Anderson Dairy, and Pepsi. Keep it locked right here on the home of the 51s, Fox Sports Radio 1460.